What's up, world? What's good, big dog? This is your boy Drake, and I got a scenario I want to kind of bring to your attention right now. And that scenario is imagine you riding, chilling, listening to some music, some young boy, whatever it is you listen to, and you 6 hours out of town. You get a vibration on your phone notification that something's going on in your backyard. So you open the app, you check your cameras, and what do you see? But your best two dogs wrecking in the backyard. You can't get there. What do you do? If this subject interests you tonight, we're talking about yard accidents. Stay tuned and be entertained.
Please forgive. Too many mind.
Too many mind?
Mind the people. Mind the people.
Let him go, Andre.
Mind the enemy. Too many mind.
Yes, sir. So we in here. It's your boy Dre, Shogun Army in the building. JT and Big A. Say what's up to everybody, y'all.
Hey, what's up with you, boy, JT? Another Wednesday live back at y'all, man. Thank y'all for making it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. You know what it is. Big A back in this bad boy like I left my keys and wallet. You know what it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome, my brothers. Also in the chat, I see that the boy Dickie Foster done hit us up. Tip. Yay, let's go, bro. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Tip, man. Appreciate Dickie Foster. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes,
it's a tip drill. You know what it is. Appreciate the love, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, my sister in the chat, man. Shout out to my sister, my wife. Shout out Asiatic Soldier. Once again, shout out Dickie Foster. Shout out Nick 901. Man, I appreciate y'all getting here first. I see we got 15 people in here. Y'all go ahead and get in here while I get my sister the link. My sister's gonna jump in here because she got some input for this chat as well tonight. So make sure she gets the link as well and we get in here. Now, while we wait on everybody to get in the chat, y'all, I want you to think about whatever your favorite dog was and think about how much care and effort and time you put into that dog and for that dog to be caught up in a yard accident. And we're gonna, for those of y'all who don't know what a yard accident is, we'll explain it to you in this episode. All right. With that being said, JT, you want to get in there real quick?
Hey, say it again, bro. My fault, Drake. My fault.
So just basically talking about your watching your best dog get caught up in a yard accident.
Man, I really never had a yard accident, but I remember I introduced a new dog, man, and I actually picked him up because we had a lot of dogs in the backyard, and I didn't realize I got too close to one of my female chain setup and she grabbed his tail, so I knew I couldn't put him down because it was another chain spot right by hers, and it was gonna double team him. So he turned around and bit my finger, and to this day my finger numb. So that was really my only yard accident, man. You know, I've been kind of righteous with these chain setups and stuff. So yeah, that was really my only one, man. I'm gonna pass the question on, bro.
For sure. Big A.
Yes, sir. Man. I've had my share, not necessarily at my own hand, but you know, around people I've been around, you know, and had to go into action per se. And then on the other hand, being young and dumb, you know, and not really understanding, you know, there's levels to how you care for your animals. Yeah, I've had my share, you know. I've had my share. You know?
Yes, sir. Hey, Big Sis, welcome to the chat.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear.
Yeah, we can hear you, big sister. What's going on, man?
Hey, you guys. Dre, thanks for the ad. Salute to everybody. I appreciate this.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming by.
I picked up a lot of information And I just appreciate what you guys, like the jewels you be dropping. Thank you. Thank you. Because there's people out there paying for this type of information or buying DVDs and books and stuff like that to get the jewels you guys are dropping. So I really appreciate it. Again, salute.
No problem.
We
Appreciate it.
appreciate you. Hey, so I got some more time before we get too deep off in this thing, man. Everybody who came through the chat, I try to show y'all love, and I try to get some screen time so everybody can see our constant supporters. Asiatic soldiers in the building. All right.
Peace.
I also saw that we got We Do It All TV. A big shout out to you, bro.
Big shout.
Representing GA. Hunt Down Kennels. I got a special presentation for you when my brother get in here. He sent a
Hunt
special shout
down.
out to you from 601. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
614 Tree in the building. Yeah,
Tree.
man. Triple Star APBT. What's up, big dog?
What's happening?
Yeah, man. That boy Vinny in there, like swimwear. Yes, Lord.
Yeah. Yo, Vinny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get into it a little bit, y'all. I'm gonna share. So first of all, Dre is negligent apparently because my brothers don't have as many yard accidents as I have, and I do want to kind of give a buffer for the yard accidents. They are there are some parameters that I'm going to use that you may not see as a yard accident, but they are to me. First is the traditional yard accident means your dog was not secured appropriately, and two of your animals got to wrecking in the yard. All right. Another yard accident to me is if you have raised other types of animals, livestock, and one of the dogs kills, I don't know, 16 of your chickens or your rabbits. I do consider that a yard accident as well. If you weren't ready to expend that livestock, then that's a yard accident. And then finally, accidents where a human being is involved and they get bit. So these are all types of yard accidents. And I've decided with the lives to try to share things that I can give you personal experience on. And I don't want to tell you too much about my successes because that doesn't benefit you. But I hope you can learn from my failures in tonight's episode. Anybody else want to chime in before we kind of get into this thing? I'm gonna read some of these chats out for it.
Yeah, and negligence. You know what I'm saying? Negligence is a big one, man. You know, I think that leads to a lot of yard accidents, man. You know.
Yeah, man. And Solo, welcome to the chat, big bro. Hey, but so I'm gonna go and kick it off, man. So my first experience with this type of action actually happened back in Carolina back in 08. And I had a small yard. I had about 5 dogs at the time. This was when I was running my men's blood. And I had a homeboy. He got a female named Jasmine. She was a Jeep Rascal dog. Well, heavy Jeep Rascal. I don't think anything's pure anymore nowadays, but she was a heavy Jeep Rascal dog. And he brought her over, and she was a real fired up dog, man. And this is when I stopped really letting people bring dogs in my yard without having them crated. And so he gets over there with his pickup truck, and she jumps off the back of that truck, man. She'd been riding that truck for probably 20 miles from his house to mine. And she jumped off the back of that truck, and she ran over to the dog who I have tattooed on my chest. Her name was Psycho. And they got to wrecking, man. And it wasn't a bloody massacre or anything because we were right there. We were on it. But it's the fact that Psycho was one of my better dogs on the yard that I took a lot of places publicly. And it's kind of hard to do that, even if you got dogs that ain't necessarily box dogs at the time. It's hard to explain scratches and cuts on them tattoos on your American Pit Bull Terrier. With that being said, I think the only avoidance factor of that one would have been to actually correct my guess. So if any of y'all in the chat got an example of a guess not being corrected, y'all go ahead and drop that in the chat real quick. And I'm gonna read some of these posts y'all got in the chat out. My boy Dickie said, I had a champion deadlift by Miss Mayday Mail, Get Loose, while I was at work. He got a hold of an American Bulldog female animal control, shot him before I could get home. And I'm sorry to hear that, brother.
That's messed up right there, man.
Yeah, man.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, what's about?
Oh no, you can keep going, Joe. You can keep going, bro.
All right. So, with that Psycho dog, let me tell you, I got in a lot of trouble with that Psycho dog, man. Everything you could do wrong with the dog, I did because she was an early starter and she was real fired up, man. So, I did it all. I did it all, like everything I could with that dog, and I got a lot of the stories come from her. Another action that Psycho got me kind of caught up on. Luckily, the dude didn't press charges. Was she bit somebody on my property, man, and it was his fault. I would say it's his fault. She was on a chain. She didn't break the chain setup. He got within her chain reach, and
Yeah.
he was jumping around and kind of teasing or whatever, and she got him. But she just nipped him and let go. But that nip with the cutters and hangers that she had caused stitches. So that was another example of a yard accident that was uncontrollable by simple negligence, trying to show off my dogs a little bit too much. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
I wouldn't consider this necessarily a yard accident, but this one always sticks out in my head, man. I was in Delaware, and I got me it was a American Red um bully. You know what I'm saying? And it was American Red and American Blue. And I got the pup. I was just messing around or whatnot, and I was getting some. At the same time, I was also getting some old family reds, and I was the first thing I did wrong was I took that little bully pup over to the house when I was going to go pick up the other pup, and when we went to the house, the pups are running around. My pup and the other little pup, the other litter pups are about the same age, so they running around playing. He sitting there looking like he part of the clique, and the stud, he was put up, and we grabbed one of the pups to go wash the pups and give it his shots and the whole nine, and we let the pups out to go use the bathroom. Well, all the all the pups were feeding on the mother, including my pup. And the pops hit the garage, and we washing off the pup and giving the pup his shots and deworming the pup and whatnot, and we hear it just going crazy in the garage. And the pops had the pup and just slinging my little pup all over the place. There was blood everywhere. It was bad, like real bad. And I was like, it ain't funny, but like that's negligence. You know what I'm saying? That's young and dumb. Just first of all, I should have never brought a dog to another person's house. Under those circumstances, and then we just letting them run around like it ain't nothing. And that was a hard lesson learned. But the dog did survive, but it was pretty bad though.
For sure, for sure. 601, welcome to the chat.
What's up with it? What's up with it? Peace and blessing to everybody, man. No doubt my partner for being late, man. Everything good with everybody. Salute to everybody, man. Love. Man.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
601 Hunt down in the building. You want me to go and run that clip?
Yeah, go on do that for her down, man.
What's up, girl? Let's go, Critter. Let's go, Critter. What's up, man? Hey, hunt down. Hunt down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to Brother Hunt down.
Yes, sir. Shout out her down, man. She coming along pretty good, man. She a good hand down there.
Yes, sir. Hey, y'all. So my sis, she got a good story, man. So since somebody tag you in here, man, go ahead and get in this chat.
Hey guys, okay, I'm back, and I would definitely have to say my story was one that consists of more of a negligence thing. What happened was I don't know how to break dogs up, so our dogs had to be set on a different yard away from us, so they were longing, to see us for the affection and attention that they normally got. And it was a female red nose. She was kind of smaller because she was more so like the runt of the litter, and we had a bully XL, but they were crated together. So I went out there to show them love, feed them or whatever, and they just started fighting like over me. I guess like over attention or whatever. And I'm screaming, I'm crying because of course the XL is ripping my red nose to pieces. Like he's literally like digging into her, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm calling my brother. and I'm calling my ex-husband because I don't know how to get them broke up. Like that's something that I don't know. Which I guess, of course, if I'm gonna be dealing with pit bulls, I need to know that. So I mean, I was freaking out. I did not know what to do, and my brother was like, "Well, do you know how to break them up?" Once I got him on the phone, I'm like, "No, Dre, I don't know." And my ex-husband's on his way, but I don't know how soon he's gonna be here. But luckily, they fought for maybe about 2.5, maybe 3 minutes, and the male just finally let up off the female. But my female she was messed up. Like I had to get the first aid kit out and get the ointment and all that, clean the blood off of her and stuff. But he had drug her around, y'all, and I mean it was traumatic for me. You would have thought that somebody was doing something to me, but like I had never. First off, I never seen a dog fight. I'm gonna be honest. Like I've never seen a fight, and I've never seen it where it comes to the fact that it's getting bloody. And like just to hear my female down there, like the yelp and the whimper. If a dog is shredding a dog or tearing it to pieces, because
Right.
it's like a death like screech, or scream, whatever you want to call it. And y'all, I don't ever want to be in that situation again. Like I said, I don't know, with the bar and how they say as far as breaking them apart. And that XL was 120 pounds. My female was only about 30 pounds. So I mean, I wouldn't have known what to do, and I would have been scared to get in between. But like I said, that was definitely negligence on my part because I feel like if I could have got to my female sooner, I could have avoided her, some of that pain. But she definitely went through it, and she was sore for some days. He didn't tear flesh or like an open wound, but he definitely got to where I guess his fangs he got them sunk into her. So she was bleeding and she was sore from him, when they shake. But it was traumatic for me. And like I said, that's definitely negligence on my part because if I'm gonna have that on my yard or whatever, I definitely need to know what to do. So like I hope that never happens to me again. And if it does, I hope I definitely know what to do. Because it is traumatic. And I can imagine not being able to be there, like some of you guys were saying, like while I was at work, or like Dre said, stuck in traffic or whatever. Like I would lose it. Like I probably would like have an anxiety attack. Seriously. Yep. Seriously.
All right.
Let me
Thank you.
share.
Thank you for sharing that, sis. But I do have a question. Can I scold you? Can I talk to you how we talk on the phone when nobody's here?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm about to scold you now. Okay, so the first scolding is going to come from the fact that, and this is for you or anybody listening under the sound of my voice. When you
Mm-hmm.
get one of those large breed animals like that, one of those large breed dogs like that,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't control that animal. This is why part of our community is so against the American bully, because had you tried to break up that fight and that dog attacked you, we'd be having a different conversation right now because I'd have been, putting something hot in that animal, you know, and
Right.
that comes from putting that molosser into these dogs. That's why we're kind of so heavy down against breeding those kind of animals and having them in our programs.
Mm-hmm.
Two, shouts out to Palace because that dog was 5 times her weight, or
Yeah.
4 times her weight. And so,
Yep.
like any other breed that had been a poodle, she'd be dead right now. And
Right.
thank God that that XL bully was a cur, so because a real game dog would
Oh,
not have
she
let
was
up.
holding it. I mean, in three
Yeah,
minutes with a 30
yeah,
pound dog against a 120-pound dog.
for
But
sure,
I think the weight factor, I'm pretty sure, because he definitely, threw that weight on her, and he was slinging her around like a rag doll. I never seen nothing like it, y'all. Not on. I hope I never see nothing like it again. Like I said, it was
for,
traumatic for me.
for sure. Hey, well, thank you for
Yeah, I can
sharing that.
imagine that though.
Oh, go ahead,
Yeah.
Sito. My bad, bro.
Oh no, no, I was just saying shit. I can imagine that. You feel me? Oh, that's really about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just glad everything turned out all right.
Yeah. I did
I
like
always,
sore. She was
I,
sore for a few days after. She didn't break anything, but she did have like, of course, he tried to get her by that throat. Of course, that.
yeah, oh
And
yeah,
then in her like, I guess like where her rib cage would be, she has fang marks from where he tried to sink the fangs in. But I was just so glad they stopped because nobody was a guy wasn't able to get there in time. But like I said, I could have avoided her even getting the injuries that she did if I had known what to do.
yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
good.
but
Well,
thank y'all.
well, did you get you some brake sticks? Have you ever thought
I
about
don't
getting you some
I
break
don't know where
sticks
they
just in
are.
case?
Where I don't know where to go. Like, what do y'all do? Like,
Well, you know, you can
Hey,
like just get them on like Amazon or something, but you know, just you know, they don't cost much. You know what I'm saying? It's just good to have for stuff like that because you never know when they'll try to act up and you by yourself.
that
But then it's still gonna be hard for you to get a 120-pound dog off of another dog. You know what I'm
facts,
saying? But
facts.
you know you can probably kind of break him, probably try to kind of like break his mouth off of him and try to
Okay,
pull him back and try to hope that the other dog don't keep charging or something. You know, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
okay.
know, yeah,
Okay. Thank you. That's why I said like it's like the jewels you guys drop. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like people paying major bread for these type tips that know nothing about dogs, especially these dogs. So I'm very appreciative. Like when my brother put me on, he was like, you should come, join my live. And I started joining and I'm like, yo, they talking about real, y'all spitting real talk. And I like it.
right,
I'm really appreciative. I thank you guys for your time, your energy, your effort. It's not an easy task to even have a kennel to begin with, especially those of you
yeah,
with
man.
pups. Like my girl, she had 3 litters. I know that's it's a lot. It is a lot. So I
Yeah,
really, really appreciate all the jewels. And feel free to hit me up with any tips like that or whatever. Like my brother does every now and again. Like, hey, I found this out or whatever, and I just want to let you know. Or like he told me with the sawdust, like as far as padding the kennel, like to put in the house maybe with the puppies, or as far as when they miss, it won't be as bad and things of that nature. It's been a lot of little
yeah.
jewels though, but I
Oh
appreciate
yeah,
you guys.
oh
But
for
yeah,
that was
sure.
man.
definitely negligence on my part though,
We
and like I
appreciate
said,
you.
I will definitely look into investing in some of those break sticks. What is it
Yes.
like? Because I thought somebody said you could use like a steel bat, or is that like a
No,
metal bat?
No,
Nah,
hell no.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Some see
no.
Now
that's
break stick
look,
really.
that's hood talk. That's what I'm saying. That's hood talk. You sitting, you can get a bat to break them up, and I don't
Mm.
even know what I'm doing to begin with.
Yeah, I done seen people hit dogs in the head with shovels and all type
Oh
of
my
stuff, but
god.
mainly with a break stick, you really just want to get one of the dogs, like tie them down. So if they are trying to charge back at each other, you know what I'm saying, tie one of them down and grab the other one by the collar and put it in the mouth, you know what I'm saying, and go up or down with it, and you know what I'm saying, the bite will
You know what?
dismantle, you know what I'm saying. So
I'm
yeah,
gonna
Go for that
no
aggressive.
bats,
yo
no bats or
Hey,
shovels. You understand
right.
what I'm saying?
See, it would
hey,
be
but
nice if you guys showed that or Dre with your training
hey, hold
sometime.
on,
I'm
hold
saying,
on. Because what I will show is that the brother Triple Star APBT just hit us up with a $5 super chat.
Tip,
He about to
tip,
say what you're
tip,
Hey,
Yeah,
tip,
Tip,
hey.
tip,
appreciate it, bro.
tip.
Thank you,
Yeah,
bro.
tip,
Thank
you're
you,
tip,
bro.
man.
appreciated. You're
Thank you, bro.
appreciated.
For sure,
really.
for
Yes,
sure.
man.
Also, first of all, welcome Brother Soul to the chat. Hey, Brother Soul, hit us another tip.
Tip,
Hey.
tip,
Hey.
tip,
Hey,
tip, 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 tip.
it's a
Tip,
tip
tip.
drill.
You already
So
know
what's
you
up with
gotta,
it?
Thank you, bro.
my
Thank you,
brothers,
bro.
my brothers. You know, when we enter the building, you know what I'm saying? We gotta pay tithes and offerings.
From the door.
Yes,
That's right.
sir.
That's right. That's right. All good. Say no more.
If we get one more
That's
tip, we
right.
can buy you a break stick. Ricky said the things on Amazon for $20, and he right. They actually got the 2-pack on there for 24. Uh, Hustler tip. I told 601 this. When I buy them, I always buy the 2-pack. Sell one for the same price as two because I got it on the spot. And most people will pay for convenience. That's your
Oh
hustler's
yeah,
tip today.
yeah.
Yeah.
Message.
Yes, Lord, man. I really appreciate y'all, brothers, man, and sisters, literal sisters. And let me see what Solo said. Solo got a good one in here. Solo said, or proper change spots put together by a man who knows what he's doing. Absolutely, Solo. Absolutely. We gonna get into that too, because it's a lot of things to cover. Dre has made all these mistakes, by the way. So I'm gonna show y'all. Welcome to the chat, student for life. Who else we got in here? Anybody? Oh, Eli Monster in the building. Welcome,
Welcome
Eli.
to the chat, everybody.
Yeah. And one
Uh,
more
yeah.
thing, man. I want I wouldn't say it was a chain accident, but I remember one time I had a female man I had named Boss Lady, and the chain was on concrete. Just watch out for them chains, man. Even though they all metal and they do wear out, man. I remember one time going to look at this chain, man. If I hadn't paid attention to it, the chain actually wore down in this certain spot that it was dragging across this concrete. You know what I'm saying? So that's just another tip. You know what I'm saying? I always watch them chains, man. They don't last forever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
For sure. Also, like living in the White Lake area in North Carolina, man, with that sand, that beach style sand, where's the erodes the chains way faster too. It also
Yeah,
messes with your. I use swivels in my. We're gonna talk about chain setups in this chat too, y'all. But I use swivels on my right next to my axle and about a collar, so that there's no way my dog can get snagged. There's two rotation points. But that's also the two weakest points in my setup.
yeah.
Um, I do want to share that right there. Brother Red Leash, welcome to the building. All right, y'all. So let me go ahead and give y'all my next mistake while we get this thing together. So my next major mistake that I made getting into this game was buying chain setups from Dollar General.
Oh,
Now I don't care what
Oh
y'all,
man.
it's
I don't care
cold.
what you say. Everybody done did it. Unless you had a mentor, everybody done did it.
Hey, no, for real. I done man Walmart, all that generic type stuff, all that stuff wore down fast.
Man.
You gotta go to Tractor Supply or to the feed store to get the heavy duty type. You know what I'm saying? That Walmart, Dollar General, all that stuff wore down fast, bro.
Yes,
Fast,
sir.
fast.
For sure. For sure.
Hey, Drake, I think he missed what Red Leaf said. He said, what's your cash app? He needed.
Yep.
Oh, I just threw it in the chat. I'm gonna post it right now. I'm gonna post it right
There you
now,
go,
bro.
there you go. Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Man, let me give a special shout out to my brother Red Leash, man. Red Leash I like his intro to his video. If y'all ain't following him, man, go ahead and drop a follow on my brother Red Leash. He always introduces his videos with go ahead, mash the subscribe button, the like, or the dislike. That man coming with y'all with confidence. I love that, man. Keep doing what you're doing, my brother. Keep doing.
Salute.
Um,
Big shout out. Yes, sir. Well,
So let's start out with what not to do with a chain setup. And I'm gonna tell y'all this right now because this is my stories I'm sharing tonight aren't to tell you what to do. We're gonna get to that in the later portion of the show. Right now, I'm just telling you the mistakes I made because I've realized we're really high level. Everybody in the chat, y'all are really high level, and I want to govern the chat for somebody who has never actually even owned a game dog to get them where they can at least keep it safe day to day. So we're gonna start off with that level. We'll work our way up to a higher echelon stuff. But the first thing is don't buy none of your chain setup stuff from Walmart. Uh, not even Petco, man. If they don't sell penicillin or ivermectin at the store, I'm probably not buying my chain setup here. Just just a word to wise. All right.
I just not sent my little dudes in, bro. Check your cash out, bro. I just sent my little dudes in,
Hey,
bro.
someone send
Aw.
a dude in, man. Tip, tip.
All right.
Hey,
Hey,
salute.
Yes,
Salute.
Okay.
sir.
You know, all
Tip,
good,
tip.
bro.
yes,
All good.
sir.
hey.
Thank you, bro.
Bless.
Let the church say yeah.
Hey, so let me tell
Wow.
y'all what happened. Let me tell y'all what happened with the Walmart chain setup because I know y'all wondering like, well, he keeps saying it. So first of all, the Walmart chain setup is a 20-foot chain setup. It comes with the thing you twist into the ground, the actual chain stopper, and it has the little swivel on it, a little built-in swivel that's trash. But even worse to that is the actual chain itself. So the 20-foot chain is connected in the middle at the 10-foot mark with basically I don't know like a pop rivet or
It's
whatever.
a clamp and a swivel on the end of it.
Yeah. Now mind
Yeah.
you, any puppy over 6 weeks old is gonna pop this in the first hour. Now I'm saying this because if you've never had a mentor, like my mentor saw me basically I braided those chains from Walmart together. I got like 5 of them, braided them together and put them all together and just bought the little quick connects on them. And it just sounded like y'all ever seen that scene in Ebenezer Scrooge where his partner come back from the dead? He got them chains dragging down the ground.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
it sounded like
yeah.
in that yard. And so really, I see you, bro. I see you, bro. Hold on, man. Let me update my thing, Ryan. But anyway, so I had that setup going on, and that puppy ended up getting loose and running to my cousin yard who was down the street. And he got a 30 dog yard, and he calls hard. His stuff bite hard. Man, I lost 3 dogs for that setup, and it was all my fault, man. Blatant negligence, man. Blatant negligence.
Yeah, something like that is cool if you got a cocker spaniel or a Labrador, something.
That's just for the most part they feeling the tension. They ain't doing too much pulling. They chilling.
For
Right,
sure.
right. Yes, sir.
But yeah, any excited pit bull is gonna pop that thing so fast to make your head spin, bro. And that's real. That's real talk, man. That's real talk. Uh,
And them dogs
so
that dig too.
yeah, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
we're gonna get
Hey,
into kids
I
too, bro. What's up?
oh, I just wanted to add to that because look, hey man, I done made that same mistake. I did the Walmart John, and I didn't do the chain, but I did the steel braided line. And I went, you know what I'm saying? I had just got lady. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put her out here on this, rock out with it. She should be fine. You know, she ain't no more than about 15 pounds at the time. The bitch chewed through the steel wire and got over to my rabbits. Yeah, bone appetite.
Hey, Redlegs, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Uh, but yeah, man. So that happens a lot, bro. And then let me tell y'all about this. So I went out and spent $359 on a chain link fencing setup. Right? I was, oh, I'm about to be nice. I'm about to be set up real good. It was 4 foot tall. If any of y'all know anything about a real American Pit Bull Terrier, 4 foot is nothing. All right, nothing. So with this particular yard accident, I had a pregnant bitch on the chain inside of there, and obviously she jumped it, hung herself on that 4 foot chain link fence. So lessons learned. Whoa! Hey, the brother Rayleigh's kicking down the door with a 50 piece. Tip, tip.
Tip,
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 man.
tip.
Tip,
Thank
tip.
you, bro.
Appreciate that, really.
Man,
Thank you,
dig,
Yes,
bro.
dig,
sir.
Yes.
diggers.
That's
Thank you,
right.
For
bro.
real.
Yes.
Tip,
Thank you,
tip.
bro. Thank you, bro.
Big stepper, big stepper. But we appreciate you, brother. I swear to
Thank you.
God, man. Thank you. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Man.
Amen.
That makes me feel better about that story I just told, man, because that's the same story where I told you I was in high school when this one happened, and the girl I was dating laughed at me because I was crying about the dog being dead. I ended that relationship that same day, man.
Mm.
Right, right, right. My
Hey.
dog
And
dead. I'm
did.
done with that, bro.
And did. He definitely did.
Ooh-wee. That's that's right. That's right. I feel you, bro.
So, man, hey, the brother White Chocolate said something real, man. I want to share this with y'all because everybody in the chat, I want y'all to know, like, y'all keep us going, man. I look forward to this chat every week for the stimulating conversation. But White Chocolate said, "Your show is probably the only show I look forward to seeing every week. I fuck with it. The 78 show too, though. Absolutely, man. And all this,
Aw.
Man,
hey,
Man, that
that's how
what's
you,
up,
bro.
man.
Hey,
Aw.
appreciate that
Man,
white chocolate. Appreciate that, man.
Yes,
appreciate
sir. In a
that,
real
man.
way. In a real way.
Appreciate that,
Hey.
man. Man, you
I
can't even
love
say
it.
nothing behind that, man. You can't do nothing
man.
but make a sound.
Yes.
For real.
See, that's how you know it's good content and also promoting positivity. Like my brother
Yeah,
he don't go for no mess on his show now. That's for
man.
sure.
Hey, but I did want to say I did get some feedback in one of the other chats, man. And the brother gave me, hey, I do not mind being corrected. And the brother did identify a couple episodes ago. We had some mess. He gave me another chance. He's in the chat right now. I'm not gonna put him out there, man. But I want to say thank you for that correction because y'all in the chat. This I do it for my son first. My son, when he comes of
Aw.
age, if something happens to me, he can watch these old lives and he can chronicle what his father was talking about. So when he inherits these dogs from me, he'll know exactly how to care for them.
Yep.
Okay.
It's about that legacy, definitely.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Yeah. All
Yeah, bro.
good.
And if
Facts.
any of y'all in the future that are looking to get one of these old yellow dogs, man, you can see them, man. I'm gonna let y'all see them grow up because once we get moved into the new house, I'll call the new house the dog house. Once we get moved into the dog house, man, y'all be able to see a lot more because there's a building at the dog house dedicated just to the dogs where I can train and just let the cameras roll live where y'all can see the training and stuff. And get a lot more involved in the day-to-day activities at Samurai Kennels. Old yellow dog.
Word. That's what's up. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what's
bro.
up.
All right. So anybody else in the chat had issues with fencing? Uh, y'all bought some inferior fencing or your dog dug under the fence because I remember Big A talking about digging. What's up?
Oh God, I hate that.
Man, that's like a
Jesus.
disease. You know what I'm saying?
And
It's like
y'all
a
know it's hot
disease.
outside right now, so that makes it 10 times worse. Lord.
Okay.
Yes, they gonna do that though.
Yeah.
That's the terrier in them, you know.
So
Yeah.
thankfully, my dogs have not seen another dog dig, so they did at all.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
And I want to tell y'all right now, there's a lot of things that I would pay double for prevention what I would pay for what is that called? Cure.
Yeah,
What
And
is
I
Eli,
know
that?
exactly what you're talking about.
What is that,
hey,
Dre?
so Eli, I'm gonna break it down for you. What's that?
Yeah. What he said he'd rather pay to prevent it than have to pay to fix it. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, so the good brother Eli asked me what I'm running. So what I'm gonna do is Eli, I'm gonna pull up my pad and let you see it, man, and we'll go through it. I'm actually also doing shorts, and if any of y'all start a short I posted today, I'm going through my pedigree, and I'm mentioning the dogs and every dog in my pedigree. I'm gonna cover them and talk about why I picked that dog, or what research I've been able to do on the dog, all the way back to Chinaman, all the way back to Eli, and on down to the color and how I was able to select and get these dogs to be yellow consistently just by consistent breeding. So I will share that with you, absolutely. And while I'm getting that pulled up, y'all brothers, we're gonna move into the next portion of this, and I'm gonna talk about puppies and the proper keep of puppies and yard access for puppies. So we were coming back from Red Springs, and coming back from Red Springs, North Carolina, I was driving down Highway 211, and my sister was with me for this happening. We was driving Granddaddy
Yes.
over red truck, and we had got
Yeah.
some puppies from Wade Yarborough. We got some puppies from Wade
Yep.
Yarborough, and we was coming out to 11, and we had a black puppy out of litter. These was a red boy paladin dog, and there was this one black puppy, and this puppy was one of them. I guess like the puppies, they 8 weeks old, but they start early. They are wrecking the other puppies. We had 4 puppies in the back of their truck, and that dog had them puppies so shook that the other 3 puppies jumped out of the back of the truck going 60 miles an hour down the highway, and
Yes, they did.
they all survived though. They
Mm-hmm.
all survived. Yes, absolutely. And they were skin
Definitely.
up. I mean, like that asphalt took the skin off of them, and it took weeks to heal them up. But then that's not even the worst part. Them puppies, they finally met their end because we just wasn't prepared for them. So I left them with a partner of mine, and he chained them up. And within a week, man, the yard hadn't been treated for parvo, and man, that
Mm-hmm.
parvo ate that whole
Or
litter up, man.
spray. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
that ate the whole litter up, man. That hurt me to my heart, man.
Yep.
Mm.
Uh,
It'll do
yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Dre,
it. Mm.
Uh,
Dre, are we still talking about the negligence? Because some of the
yeah,
things I
absolutely.
see go on with the chain. Remember when we used to have to get your dog off Beach Street? We used to have to get them. You know how they would get tangled up. That's
Yeah,
I used to hate that. And then you catch them. If you catch them in time, their neck will probably be swole. You guys with the collar or whatever, almost like you just got them basically before they hang themselves. Because I hear a lot of stories of like the negligence where people with that do chain their dogs, they basically the dogs hang themselves. If nobody's able to get there or whatever. And I've seen that, and oh my god.
to be
Yeah, I've
fair,
had
let me go
that.
through this. To be fair, this was during my bully days, so I already knew. Y'all already know I didn't know what I was doing at this time frame, man. But man, hey, Hemi, welcome to the chat, bro. Hemi James, man, adamant support of all the dog networks. I appreciate you, brother.
Bless. Salute.
All right, so
Salute, bro.
601. I need you to tell your story about them killers you got in your yard, bro, because I want you to talk about. I want to go into these ear croppings, but I want you to start this one off, bro. Can you kick this one off for me?
Okay. Talk about them. Like, I mean,
Yeah, man. If you can just share, a little bit about that yard accident, if you don't mind, with the mail you had with the whole ear thing, bro.
Oh God.
okay, yeah. Talking about when he had got it loose or he had got off, and I was at work when my daughter called
Yeah,
me and told me that they were back there fighting. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh God.
one of them tore off the other one ear. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Ripped it off. You know, so I had to end up getting his ears cropped. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't want no dog with no one ear bit off and no other ear standing. So just for the cosmetic reason, but yeah, and you know, it cost me $325 to get that did, you know what I'm saying? So accidents do cost and they do happen, but that's why you got to be careful and you know just stay up on your game, man. Kind of like check your swivels and make sure your collars ain't slipping over no heads or nobody ain't lost no weight dehydrating. You know, the collar slip over their head before you knew it because you ain't paying no attention. You know what I'm saying? Because they done fell off in 24 hours and you know you just ain't paying no attention. You feel me? But hey, you know, yeah. I mean, that's just one, you know. Shit, you know, that same one that had his ears cropped, he done got off again. Now I done let Cream loose, and you know he ain't supposed to be messing with them puppies. You know what I'm saying? But all at the same time, the puppy done grabbed him, and by the time I can goddamn it run to the garage and get the brake stick and come running back and break Cream off of him and break him off of Cream, shit, Cream limping. You know what I'm saying? And this was a 6-month-old puppy, you know what I'm saying, did this to a 13-month-old dog. You know what I'm saying? Just that fast. So, you know, it man, you gotta be careful, man. You know, you gotta be
Yeah,
careful.
bro.
So, you know, we just in the cut, man. Everything good, man.
Man, I made so many mistakes with these dogs, bro. 6-1. Thank you for sharing that, man. Also, man, shout out to Solo, bro. Solo's dropping dimes in the chat. It's a lot for me to read, man, but y'all please get the chat. Check it
Yeah,
out.
he
Also, if
is.
y'all watching this on the rerun, man, if you go on the rerun and you click comments, you can rewatch the live chat comments to see the live chat, so you can actually see how the conversations was going in the live chat. I just found it out recently. I did not always know that on the replays. But
I didn't either.
talking about ear cropping, bro. Oh, hey, no problem, Big A. So
Yeah.
another mistake I made, mind you, most of these mistakes I'm making, y'all, I'm 16, 17 making these mistakes. All right. And so my first ear cropping was a backyard ear crop. And I got with one of my amigos, man. It's a little place in Bladen County called Dublin. I got one of my amigos in Dublin, man. You know, he said, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna show you how we do it in Mexico." You know, they had an old tree stump in the backyard, and there was no anesthesia, no anesthetic. And let me say this about first of all, I can neither confirm nor deny whether these stories are true or not, and we don't violate any of the Animal Rights Act of 1984 and all that good stuff, man. But for your entertainment purposes, and those y'all listening, this could or could not have happened. All right. And so, with that being said, they had a tree that was cut down to a stump in the backyard. And he said, man, you pay me $30, I get them ears cropped for you right now. And at the time, man, I'm like, I don't know shit about going. I don't know. I can't afford a vet. First of all, at 17, I know nothing about cropping ears. All I know is it looks cool. And at the time, I don't have a mentor. So what the bully community is doing is what I'm trying to do. Because to me, that's what a pit bull is. I'm still a civilian at the time. I'm still the uninitiated, right? And
Mm.
so we get over here to this stump, and he says, "Hey, it's your dog. You got to hold her. You know, this is an 8-week-old, 9-week-old puppy." And he pulls out a razor blade. And I'm talking about like the razor blade like you put on your box. Like,
Hey, that's
and
crazy.
he laid her down there. He sliced her up, and I mean, bright arterial bleeding spurted out, man. And
Without,
we took
without no anesthesia, or nothing.
no anesthesia, man. This dog is feeling all of this, and
God,
and I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this to make it okay, and I do not condone doing this. I'm only telling you these stupid mistakes so you don't make them. Like Jay-Z
right.
said, you know what I'm saying? Hov went through that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that. That's what the whole purpose of me telling these stories, man. I don't encourage any of this dumb shit. But now real talk, and mom, apologize for the language, mom, but I have to say that, you know. Uh, but anyway, so how we stopped the bleeding was we took flour and cornmeal and packed it. And then I took a petroleum jelly and I applied it every day for about a week. And then obviously, you know, it didn't get infected, but it turned black. And then it took about 2 months. But after about 2 months, man, I'm not gonna lie, it looked like a vet had done it. So Migo knew what he was doing, man. He knew what he was doing, but now looking back on it, man, I would never subject the dog. One, I don't do the ear cropping anyways, but two, I would never subject the dog to that unless it went through what my brother just explained to you, where aesthetically an accident had already occurred, and this is only to give the dog the aesthetics back to look as good as you know they are. All right. That's why I shared that with you. Hey, salute Haki Lee. Welcome to the chat.
Salute,
Salute,
bro.
High
welcome.
key.
Salute.
What to do?
Salute, high key Lee. Salute, man.
Hey man, Castro. Castro said, shoot, I see my homeboy cut his dog here on my kitchen table. Hey man, hey, look, I appreciate you for sharing that because I thought maybe I was the only one. I thought maybe I was the odd man out, but I see I'm not, and I'm grateful for you for sharing that because if it happened to us too, I guarantee you there's somebody who's not in this chat right now who in the
It's
future
plenty of
might come.
people that did it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, it's it's plenty of people that did it. That made them mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But it turned out good. But hey, we know not to do it now, though.
yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, we know
Also,
not to
man,
do it now.
I want to shout out to brother Martinez Game Dogs. He was talking about that last night as far as finding a good vet. And I'll tell you right now, Big A and I were looking for vets. From San Antonio, you have to drive 4 hours to Houston to get a vet that does that within a reasonable price. They was quoting like 1,500 in San Antonio for that, man. You know what I'm saying? But in Houston, they do it for like 4.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's important that y'all are anything you get involved in, man, establish that because all these yard accidents occurred like that. Also, man, if you can afford it, and for at least for your best dog, take care of all your dogs, but get some pet insurance on that dog that is your foundation stock. Get that pet insurance.
I
For sure.
agree.
For sure.
Especially in the first year. Especially
For
in their
sure.
first year.
Yes, yes, sir, yes, sir. All right, man. So, for those y'all who got here late, man, in the beginning of the video, or for those y'all who were watching it on the replay, in the very first 30 seconds, I gave y'all a scenario. So I'm gonna run back through that scenario before we kind of open the chat up tonight. And that scenario was this: imagine you driving along, you out of state cruising, listening to some young boys. Specifically, the song would have been "Ain't Going Outside Today" because that's one of my songs I jam. You know what I'm saying? I had that playing right behind "I Am Who They Say I Am." You know what I'm saying? I really like them
Yeah,
two songs
yeah.
from Young Boy. So that's on the radio. We cruising. We and my wife Carter said gas. I'm on my way to see my brother 601. This is a true story. I'm on my way to see 601, and we get a notification on my wife's phone actually, and it's the camera going off. So we called my oldest son, and he's like, man, like Dior, man, this is the Red Boy Jocko female I got from Ready Red. Dior, man, like she's in heat, and Bacardi's in heat, and
Oh my God.
she's trying to get out of there. I'm like, man, don't worry about it, man. And mind you, 2 weeks prior, Big A had been over at the crib and said, hey, bro, you need to put some concrete down, and you need to better secure the top of these pins. Now, this is 32-year-old Trey. So big, like, no offense to Big A, but I'm like, bro, you're not about to tell me about these dogs. I'm a G. I know everything I need to know. Take that shit on down your way. You know, that's the attitude I had. You know, I didn't say that, but I didn't have to say it. By not adhering to that warning he gave me, I said that with my actions. And so the dog jumps out. I'm watching this live on my camera. On my I keep a camera on every angle of my house and on every specific interest in my house so I can see who's doing what. Now those cameras are for people, not for the dogs typically. But man, I watched that dog go through the top of her pen, and her and Bacardi hit each other through the fence. Man, I watched it. I'm watching it happen. My son is out there trying to break them, but because it's through the fence, they are ripping flesh faster than they would if they had just been on open ground.
Right, right.
So my son he's doing everything he can, man. You know, now he can't leave him. Mind you, this is July. This is probably 2 years to the. What's that? Oh, this is right before the 4th of July, 2021. So this is the anniversary month of that accident, and this is also why Saki didn't. The breeding that happened for Saki was supposed to happen earlier that year, but it got pushed back because of this accident I'm about to tell y'all about. And so they wrecking on camera. I'm watching this. I'm in Mississippi. I just came out of crossing the Louisiana state line. There's no way hell I'm making it back. And so I called Big A. And I'm like, Big A, I know you at work. And he was at the barbershop. He probably had somebody in the chair. And my brother said, hey, man, it's going to take me about 35 minutes to get across town. So my brother, he flies out of there. You know what I'm saying? And so my son is I'm watching this driving down I-10. It's 20. We've been down 20. I'm coming down 20, and I'm watching this on camera. My dogs are wrecking in 105-degree temperatures. So I'm like, if the teeth don't kill them, the heat gonna kill them. because they're overexerting themselves, and there's nothing I can do. Now, other than being in a situation where there's a gun drawn on you, there's nothing worse than having an unplanned match. Okay, and there's nothing I can do. I'm 7.5 hours away, and these dogs are wrecking. And I'm watching the dogs get pulled through this wire. They broke the wire welded fence from Tractor Supply, broke it.
Oh
And
God.
that's when Big A tells you it looked like a cartoon because the wire was foiled out, and they're taking chunks off each other. Like, those dogs are permanently deformed to this day. And if you look at the thumbnail for this video, that's a picture of before and after Bacardi after this incident. And that's why y'all didn't see her on the videos for a long period of time, because of that incident. Because I was like, they're gonna say dog fighter, they're gonna scream dog fighter, and that's why I wanted to share this episode with y'all tonight, because that's real. I never had to get in the body of those dogs to see their level of tenacity that they could attack and harbor for each other. And so I wanted to share that with y'all tonight, man. But with this, I'm gonna turn it over to Big A and let the chat have fun with that grenade I just threw out there.
Yeah, man. That was wild because I was in the middle. I was in the middle of a cut, and I get the call, and I was like, damn, and San Antonio, it's got a lot of city landmass. So I'm on one side of town. It literally take me 45 minutes to get from my side of town to Dre house. So by the time I got out there, I'm just thinking to myself, like, man, what am I gonna walk into? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm gonna walk into. Am I gonna walk into, they both gone, or you know what I'm saying? One, still moving around. And by the time I got there, the first thing I noticed was, when I went to the door, Dre's son answered the door, and he had that, how like that startled look, like you could see his eyes was big, but he was you could tell he was kind of excited but scared at the same time, like he and we went back there, and it was blood everywhere, man. And one thing that I always stick out to me is, like, if you take your, like the cartoons, if you were like somebody's about to shoot somebody and they stick their finger in the gun and the barrel blows backwards, how everything sticks out. That's exactly what the cage looked like, that the kennel looked like, because Dior had pulled Bacardi through the actual cage. So all the wires were facing out, like somebody just ran straight through it. And I was like, damn. And I'm looking everywhere. And we got Bacardi separated. We got them separated. And Dior outside trying to hit the fence, trying to get to the neighbor's dog now. So it was just like, man, it was just one thing after another. And like, I fooled with Bacardi. And Dior is one of those funny dogs, man. Like, I think it's only two people really could feed her at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? It was Dre and Apache. So she's a little loose dog, and I remember that day because I was recording them. Dior and Bacardi were already kind of, getting at each other through the fence, but Dior is real sneaky. Like, from the time she gets somewhere, she's trying to find her way out, and she had already started the digging process, and I could see it coming, man. And when it happened, I was just like, damn, and I didn't know how, because a lot of times you can't tell how bad it is until they start healing up. So I really didn't know how bad Bacardi was, But she still healed up pretty good, though. She wasn't the same, but she still healed up pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was a crucial yard accident.
Yeah,
that was the next thing to death, probably, damn near.
I ain't know what I was gonna walk into, man, because it's not like you down the street. You coming 45 minutes later, you don't know if they done got tired and then, went right back to it, and the whole nine or something. This, is it over? What's happening? You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right, right.
Am I gonna have to, tell Dre, hey man, it's all bad, bro. You know.
It's good you were able to get there just like that,
Yeah,
even though it was 45, being that Dre was like, 7, 8 hours away. Like, it's just a blessing that somebody was in the vicinity. Cause I know
yeah.
nephew wouldn't know what in the world to do, like me.
Nah, he
Like,
Oh
did.
man.
He
you know,
did.
Yeah.
He
But
did.
he handled up though. He man, I'm telling you, he handled up.
he
He
did. That's
did.
good.
Yeah,
Go
he
ahead on,
did.
nephew.
When they came out,
Yeah.
one of them took him in the house. Now he got it wrong. He told Aaron the wrong one was in the house.
Yeah. That's why I said when I found out I was with Dior, I'm like, man, come on,
Y'all
man.
know when that's going on. I can imagine for him, that was probably like his first seeing that
Yeah,
like that. So I'm pretty sure he was like, so if he was holding it down, that's go ahead, nephew.
yeah,
That's a salute right
yeah.
there.
I, I,
He
I don't
became a
know.
man.
I don't know if he, huh?
He became a man that day.
Yeah, I don't know if he put out
Definitely.
like, yeah, I don't know if he put on that front because I was there, but he handled up that day. I don't know what he was saying to how he was talking to you, Dre, when it was going down. But when I came there, he was holding it together, yo.
Hey,
That's
so
good.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's not how it was. All right. So my wife gonna tell you because I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone, and what really ended up going down was like this. I'm like, hey, grab him by the back leg and pull him out and put her on the. I'm yelling at him, and like he is like, You ever seen that scene in Friday After Next? I'm gonna put my wife on here and let y'all hear it because she can explain to you how I was talking to him. Here you go, baby. You
Go
like,
ahead, Jay.
Hello.
Hey,
Salute, Big
Salute, Miss
Williams.
hey.
Salute,
Salute,
First Lady.
salute.
So I think he was like 13 when it was happening. So Dre is, of course, is panicking. He's yelling because he's worried about Cardi. Don't want nothing to be wrong with Cardi.
Mm-hmm.
But like you can hear like my son's voice, like he's scared, he's nervous, he's home alone, he doesn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's Dre and he can hear the intensity in his voice, he's trying to like, you know, not be a punk about the situation and act as if he was, he was holding it down. But like after everything finally happened and it was all over and Aaron came and made sure the dogs were good and everything, like he finally told me how he really feels.
Oh,
Yeah,
All right,
wow.
all right.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
Oh
he
yeah,
had
I
it
can.
because when I came, he was together. You know what I'm saying? He
So
had
Yeah,
me fight.
basically, Dre was in TI mode on the phone, Jamie.
yeah,
Basically,
pretty much.
Dre was in MTI mode on the phone, and Darius was like, "Let me get it right,"
Yeah, because
and
I'm
he
like,
held it.
I'm looking out the side of my eye, like, Tom, you doing a little too much now.
Well, according to Big A, he stood 10 toes. So salute nephew still with the
He
pressure
did.
of Dre and everything else. Salute nephew.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yes.
Salute, both of them made it.
Yep.
Everything Gucci. Good
yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
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 man.
salute.
That was another one that goes down in my books for y'all to accent. You know?
Wow. Mm.
Yeah.
Hey,
What
man.
else have you guys ran into as far as different things with negligence?
Let me pause you real quick, sis. Let me pause you
Okay.
real quick.
Okay.
Hold that thought. I want to give a shout out to the big bro, PBK9 in the building. Thank you for your support, bro. I appreciate you. I
Hey,
really do.
salute
Salute,
Pelican
salute,
Bay,
bro.
man.
Salute,
Salute
Pelican, baby.
Pelican Bay, man.
Salute, man.
Salute, man. Salute.
Also, man,
Uh,
Eagles fan, salute, bro. A constant supporter, man. Party Boy Woods, what's up, big dog? Benny, Castro. I'm gonna read your comment next, and I'm gonna go back to Sis. He said, I had something similar to that situation. I had lost a son and his mother in a yard accident. Had
Oh
me
my
messed up for
God.
2 years to my best dog. See, that's what I'm talking. It's always the best
Oh.
dog. It's always the dog you're willing to get rid of that hits the best dog.
Oh.
Always. But
Oh.
hey, just go ahead and press. Go ahead and press for that.
Okay, you guys, something that just came to mind for me as far as negligence, I was gonna ask you guys is, have y'all ever had any accidents as far as say like your dog is not really people friendly and maybe one got off the yard and you were at work or away or on vacation or got loose basically in your neighborhood and you know how people feel about pit bulls in general, Have you guys had anything like that happen that
Hell
kind of
yeah,
scared you or
and it
spooked
was
you?
your fault, Rocky.
What happened? What happened?
I got some along those lines. Uh, I'm fortunate that she didn't go into the neighborhood like crazy, but Lady May got off my chain spot, and uh, thankfully, but unfortunately, she got to my chickens instead. So
Oh,
she
Yeah, I
killed
remember
about
that.
five of them. Yeah.
I
So
remember
oh,
that.
check them collars too. We always talk about the chains. Check them collars. Sometimes they be wearing out. You know what I'm
oh,
saying? After a long time, around where the links are. Uh, make sure they tight. 'Cause she slipped out and she got to five of them and she ate
oh
one.
my God. Oh my God.
But I'm glad she got to my chickens and not to another neighbor dog or something.
Right,
Right.
right.
Hey, so can I interject real quick, big bro?
Yes, sir.
Hey, so this is a big thing. What he just said, going from winter to summer, I fluctuate my dog's weights. So not only do you have to check the collar, but check the sizing of the collar. My dogs are significantly smaller in the summer than they are in the wintertime. They
Mm-hmm.
still are healthy, but I keep them in a different weight to make sure they don't overheat as fast.
Mm. That's a good point. Yeah, that's definitely a good point.
Yeah. And from that, I went to now I'm doing I use two collars now. I don't play around.
I've seen that. I've
Yeah,
definitely
I'm
seen that. Yep.
two collars. I use a double link system on mine. I redundancy. I took too many L's. So anything I can do to keep any of that from happening again, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, right. Like whoever had said that earlier, basically if you don't adjust it and go ahead and basically you're gonna pay later. Get it right. Yeah, try to get it right.
Right, I agree. Now, what it did for me, I ain't never had none to get out and go outside the yard. No, I ain't never had that happen to me.
Okay.
Hey y'all, brother JT said
JT,
he had a tip, but y'all know that good old
JT.
tip.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
JT, tip, tip.
Tip
Hey,
to zip.
good
Appreciate
deal.
that, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, bro.
Good
Thank you, bro.
deal.
Thank you, man.
That's
Hey,
a
so I want to
blessing.
go back, y'all. There was a couple of questions in the chat that went unanswered, y'all. So
Let's
this is not to belittle your thing because I'm gonna come back to you on that double collar thing because I need you to educate me, my good brother. But the brother Henry James asked the question. It's a very valid question. Henry James said, "Do country vets tend to get better service than city vets?" My answer is absolutely 100%
Yep.
Yep. I
yes.
agree. Yeah, I agree.
They
So
more
Definitely.
understanding too.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
basically, what you guys are saying is if you're in a bigger city, you'll try to find maybe a vet that's on the outskirts. So is that what you guys are saying?
nah,
Maybe.
I'm saying, so I went to San Antonio and found the oldest vet operating in San Antonio because in Texas, San Antonio Houston used to be major hubs for pit bull fighting. So them
Oh
older vets
wow.
actually understand the dogs. They don't give a shit because they were doing the same thing back then in the
Right.
70s they're doing right now. So I go find the oldest vet. They got shaky hands when he get the shots, and he talk junk to you the whole time while he doing it, but he charge you
Oh wow.
$25 for your whole visit. That's the vet I
Facts.
go. Okay,
Facts.
and then associated with that, when I was in Elizabethtown, North Carolina, I went live with brother Martinez of the night, and we talked about this on Instagram because I go live on Instagram too. In Elizabethtown, North Carolina, I don't know if he's still alive, but if he's alive, he got to be 150 right now. Dr.
Hmm.
Midget in E-Town, he's right next to the radio station in E-Town.
Yes.
Dr.
Yes.
Midget used to doctor up all the Bulldog men from where we from in the 910. And so Dr. Midget used to be pit side. So he would be there, and he saved a lot of the dogs y'all breeding right now. Dr. Mitchell saved them. So
Wow.
I'm gonna get off my high horse, y'all. I'm
The flow.
Dre.
Hey, let me go ahead and shout out that brother Mike Dan real quick, y'all, with that $5 piece right there. Tip. Hey.
Tip.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that, bro.
Okay.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Yeah. But then I ain't gonna say that the country vet gives better service than the city vet. I ain't gonna just say it like that. You know, but because it all depends on the people, you know what I'm saying, that you dealing with. It all depends on that vet personality. It all depends on that vet if he feel your pain, you know what I'm saying, that you got them, you know, trying to get your dog worked on and you need somebody like him, but you ain't rich like a lot of people is, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so,
sir.
you know, you can run across them kind of people in the city too, and they'll take just as much care of you as a country person, vet will, you know what I'm saying? They're going to call you and give you updates and let you know everything all right, or if everything all bad, or ask you, do you want them to go further? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they're gonna be online with you too, you know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Hey, so 601, that's a good discussion, bro. And I want to chime back in on that one too. So I wouldn't say it's better service. And hear me, let me correct that. What I will say is the country vets don't ask too many questions. Okay, like I go in there, they give me that stupid ass look like,
right.
And I'm like, oh yeah. You remember when on what was that show with P Diddy and that weird dude that looked like Odell Beckham, look at him and give him that look like, yup. Yeah, that's
He talking about Farnsworth Bentley.
Yeah, that's how they look at you, but they're gonna do that work for you, man. That's yes, sir. But so I interjected on you too, bro. You were saying the double collar, man. Please educate me on this because I haven't used double collars, bro.
Thanks.
Okay, so for myself, I've implemented just using 2 collars. Like I said, Lady May is an escape artist, so redundancy.
Wow.
And I don't just use a single link attachment that would just clamp. I double up on them, and that's just how I got it, man. I just stack one in front of the other, make sure you know the one in front is just a little bit looser than the one that's closest to her neck, to her shoulders, and I rock out like that, man.
Hey, thank you
works
for
for me.
Because Arizona is, when I tell y'all Arizona is the Wild Wild West, bro, I walked into a Little Caesars the other day, and this man, I swear to nuns, he had the gun from The Walking Dead on his waist, bro. That thing was halfway down his leg, man. Pause. But
wow.
But nah, man. And shout out to Python down in the building.
Salute.
Salute. Hey, man, how your dogs adjusting to that AZ heat, man?
Man, so I only take them out in the early and the late because I'm heeding the warning that y'all gave me about them overheating and losing animals that are not acclimated to Arizona. So this whole summer they're gonna be kind of vetted into the summer, working our way into the heat of the day. But they're doing fine right now, bro. They're doing fine. Still got appetite. Still drinking a bunch of water. You know, they good. They good, man. Thank you for asking, bro.
Oh, good.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, once you do your kennel setups or chain setups, whatever you do, you know, keep those little kiddie pools out there filled up with that fresh water. And if they smart enough, they'll figure it out and get in there. You'll look up and they had a head leaning on the edge and they'll be chilling in there like they're on the pool side.
Yes, sir. Hey, so speaking of water, let me ask y'all this, man. One of my mentors that put me on this thing called, I think it's called Soulmate. I used to get it at the farm supply store, not the tractor supply, the actual farm supply store. And what I used to look for when I go to small towns is it's a store with like a little red and white checkered flag outside. Them be the stores be having everything in there. You know what I'm saying? They're not commercial. They typically mom and pop. It's typically just like the vet, just like the same way with the vets I deal with. It's typically real old people in there that run it. You know what I'm saying? They sell biddies every spring. My grandfather used to go there and get biddies and chickens and quails and all kind of stuff, man. But it's a water solution, and you put it in the water, and it makes it impossible for mosquito larvae to survive in that water, man. Because in the summertime, they can breed relatively quickly, even if you change your water out daily. If they got the mosquito and they land at the right time, they can still have it. But that Soulmate solution, you can add it to your drinking water, and it makes water potable even for humans. I'm gonna see if I can find it and pull it up in the chat so y'all can see it. But in the meantime, man, yeah, man, that fresh water is a must.
For sure,
Hey,
for
man, I
sure.
definitely would like that information because, down here in the South, we got the mosquitoes bad. And I got a pond right across the street from my crib. So mosquitoes is always a battle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. While I'm pulling that up, man. Also, Eli, if you still in the building, man. Once we get done with our segment on the yard accidents, I'll get with you and I'm gonna pull up that pedigree so we can start dissecting that pedigree for those y'all who are more into that, intimate into that, and want to read into it. But let me see. Eagles fan said, let me back. Python Don said, large animal vets and hunting dog vets are the best. Absolutely. However, if you're not in the area where there's a lot of hunting, like I typically live metro, that's kind of difficult to find. But I agree, it's worth the drive. Eagles fans said, I'm an NC. How do I load pics to the channel? The dogs channel dogs are amazing. So right now we use a WhatsApp because WhatsApp doesn't limit how big your videos and pictures can be. So we use WhatsApp. You can also catch me on Facebook at Samurai Kennels on Facebook to my group, and you can download pictures there, and I can share pictures here on the chat. Also, if y'all want to give shout outs to another kennel, like it's up and coming, like I'm just give a shout out to Bottom Boy. I've been following Bottom Boy Kennel. He just started posting a lot of videos. So if y'all want to give a shout out to another kennel, salute somebody else, man. Always give somebody their flowers while they breathing, man. Always.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Bottom Boy.
Mm.
He had a litter. I mean, he had a litter mate pup to Lady May. Nice. He was a nice dog, man. I had a chance to get him, and man, I'm mad at myself about that. He was a nice looking dog. He was acting good too.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then the brother Party Boys Wood said, I would say cages are better than chains or just easy and cost less at Eagles fan. Absolutely. Man, Fat Bill is in the building. Shout out to Fat Bill. What's good, big dog?
Salute,
Salute.
salute, salute, Mr.
Hello.
Bill. Salute,
Fat
Mr. Bill.
Bill, what to do? What to do?
Hey, Bill, while I got you here, but did Bolero ever cause you any yard accidents or anything like that? You can share with us in the chat. Please let us know because I'm very curious about Bolero, man. That blood is just something phenomenal, bro. And I'm thankful for what you did for the game, bro. Thank you.
Hey, Dre. Let me ask this.
Yeah.
What if y'all could your preference chain setups or kennels? You know what I'm saying? Or what's the other the cable systems people be using?
Yeah.
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 What would be your preference?
Hey, somebody else going first on this one, man, because I got my own preference, but I don't want to go first. I'm gonna be that kid in the back of the class and wait for somebody else to get the question wrong first.
Well, bro, I'd rather do the chain. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I would prefer the chain, me.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, yeah.
I just like the way I feel like the dogs just always just look tighter and just they carry more tone when they on that chain versus being in a kennel. That's my preference.
Okay, yeah. And then it'll be goddamn it, like you say, more easy to clean up too, cause all that spraying them cages out, and you know what I'm saying. But now you got to have a system to, you know what I'm saying? You got to have them cages right, man. You know what I'm saying? So just like bro was saying, that setup, they're going to cost to have a righteous setup like that right there. It's going to cost more than having a chain setup where you can just walk up and just scoop it up in the dustpan with the handle on it and keep kicking it, dump it in the bag and shoot it out with the government, you know. But that's why I say that. That's why I say the chain. But somebody else may feel like the cage, you know what I'm saying? Because their money may be able to have the best setup. I'm listening.
So for me, I don't know if you ever seen Mr. Garner's setups. He uses the cages, but they're huge. There's plenty of room in there. They're like they're actually the same dimensions as the box. But it's a really, really good setup, man. It gives a lot of room for the dog to try and to work themselves. And if you go on his page or his YouTube, and you look up Tom Garner Kennels, you'll see his setups with his Red Boy dog that Cottingham Boomer stuff he got. They got some really, really big cage areas that are easy to clean. And he also has backup storage areas for when the area's being cleaned.
Yeah. His setup is dope. All his cages are they custom. It was wood framing, right?
So
they wood frame 4x4
Yeah.
So, excuse me, that
Yeah.
and pause. So why you choose the chain, bro?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said, brother.
Why you choose chain setup over the cage setup?
I think the chain setup is for me right now is the most cost efficient,
Yeah.
easy to clean. I feel like especially if you depending on like the areas that you're running, I mean you get more space, instead of like a square or rectangular kennel, you now you got a circular setup, where I feel like the dog got more space to run around. And I think it has like a psychological effect, you being caged in versus, what I'm saying, being tethered, but you're still free, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I just think that they act a little better on the chains too.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah.
Hey man, shout out to the brother PBK9, man. Salute. Tip.
Hey, salute.
Chip, salute. Thank you, bro.
Salute.
Chill.
Thank you,
Hey,
bro.
in the meantime, brother Bill, if you would be so kind, if you will shoot me a text at, let me get this right, man, because I don't want to do nothing goofy. You know what I'm saying? 210-920-6891. That'd be most appropriate, man. I'm gonna shoot you a chat real quick, brother Bill. Let me send you that number right now. Yes, sir. Bill, I appreciate you coming through, man. Like all y'all big homies, man. Like y'all understand this for me, and I say this all the time, and I will never not say this. When Going Hard, PBK, Fat Bill, any of these channels that have been in the game longer and have experienced things I'm talking about, or more, or have shared to make the game better, when they come through here, I look at it like a young bull who got to play who plays basketball, get to play in front of Mike or whoever his idol is. You know what I'm saying? Because I was reading about these guys in books.
Wow.
So it's just a big shout out to y'all brothers, man. Thank you so much for what y'all did for the game, man. Because if you like your dog, think a breeder. If you like your bulldog, think a dog, man.
Real talk.
Sure.
Salute to the OGs.
Also, man,
Hey,
shout
man.
out to go ahead, Soul.
Oh, no, I was just about to say, man, that Shogun reach is starting to expand. Man, you got heavy hitters sliding through like a drive-through. Salute to.
It's a team. It's always gonna be a team, bro. Always gonna be a team, man. Everybody in the chat, everybody who's ever liked us, subscribed to us, or breezed by us and gave us a view, man. Big shouts out to you, man, because it's a team effort here. And we wouldn't be able to put this show together if it wasn't for everybody's combined effort. So thank you so much, man. We really appreciate you. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Bill says, we have two dogs that are aggressive towards each other. Always keep them far away from each other. I see too much people putting dogs close together as yard accident waiting to happen. You know what? I'm glad you said that because I've been complete opposite of that. I put them together just to show people like how, tenacity. I want you to see. I want to be hard. I want people to see that. So maturity says don't do that stupid shit. But thank you, Bill. Yes, sir. JT, you supposed to be out on a date. You about to get cussed out. But brother JT said, "That's real." Salute to the OGs. Yes, sir. Let me read some more of these things in the chat. We do it all, my good brother. We do it all. Said thanks again for doing the online peds again, bro. If y'all didn't know, we will build an online ped for you. It's something you can do for yourself, but it's a service. And instead of paying $30 for something you're gonna use once or twice a year, if you're not a breeder, We build them for $5 per dog, man. So it's just hit us up on the side chat and we can hook you up. Just make sure you have the breedings. I don't do the research on your pedigree. That's between you and your registry. We simply take the information you give us from your registry, and yeah.
For sure.
But speaking of online peds, man, y'all brothers got anything else y'all want to share on the yard accent side of the game?
Nope.
No. But now
Right.
I got something I'm gonna share with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I like when I started liking the American Pit Bull Terrier, right?
Yeah.
So I'm about 7 years old, and we out there in California, and it's a dude stayed across the street from us. He had probably about 10, 11 back there. Dude stayed down the street from me. He had one back there named Stripe. Dude stayed all the way down the street from me. He had about 2, but now he had some puppies. But now I used to help him with his pigeons and shit, so he give me one of the puppies. So I take the puppy home, and my stepdaddy, he kicked the pup off the porch, bro. Boom. So he made me go inside for a couple hours. So by the time I come back outside, I'm looking for my puppy. They tell me that my neighbors got the puppy.
Oh,
my
God.
neighbors is some Mexicans, right? So I go over there, knock on their door. Boom, boom, boom. I said, man, y'all got my dog, man. You want your dog? I said, yeah, man, I want my dog. So now I'm 7 years old. They say, get him. Man, that little motherfucker come out the house at me, bro, ran me out their yard, ran me back up in my yard. I jumped on top of the goddamn car, that little motherfucker trying to get up there, and I jumped down and ran the house, you feel? And that's what made me start liking them dogs, bro, you know.
Look at my roof.
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn. They hit you with the Friday after next. Hey, Chico, get that for us.
Man, listen, man.
You Uncle Willie's son.
I'm talking about the real say, you want your dog? I said, yeah, man, I want my man. That motherfucker said, get it. Man, that little motherfucker come out that house at me. But I'm talking about a little 2-month-old puppy, you. Shit.
Yes,
You
Lord.
know, so that's what made me start liking them dogs right then, man. And I just
Hey, home settle. What's wrong with my pedal, fool? Damn. Little puppy chased your ass up a car. You Uncle Willie's son.
Yeah. I'm talking about, I'm at the top of that motherfucker. He trying to climb up the bump. I jumped down and ran the house. Shit.
Oh, my God.
Hey, y'all.
That was some real shit, but I love him right now to this day, man.
Message from Student for Life Dog Training. Student for Life says, salute to my bros of the Shogun Army with a 5-piece. Tip. Hey, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, y'all gonna keep on, man, because half the proceeds from all these super chats and stuff we getting now, these what's some things called cash apps. So I don't know if I told y'all or not, but the benefit behind this is, yeah, I'm gonna use some of this money because hey, it helps me fund it and get better programming, better things for my channel and for my dogs. But the other half is going to the David E. Coleman Memorial Fund for my brother. When we release the digital dog show in October, we will select a child that's submitted by one of you brothers from the chat that y'all think deserves that $250 towards their school books or whatever. You know, it's a stipend, it's a grant. They will get it, and at least we can help them pay for one semester hour. Because I know when I go to school, it's $750 per semester hour. That's for one class. So if I can help alleviate some stress on a parent, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna continue to support the community that supports us. You know, if the ADBA can do it, we can do it too.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
In a real way.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But I did want to share that, man. Let me see who else in this chat. Yeah, hey, Castro, that's 100% right. Let me explain something to y'all, man. So with the online peds or online feds, you must be careful. I only share pedigrees of animals that I want in the limelight. Like I would even if you don't want a dog in the limelight, I would even get it registered. I would have it registered if you plan on breeding and let something go. But like honestly, don't waste your paper, don't waste your money unless you just want that pedigree on the first one. Like if I got Saki pedigree, I have the same pedigree for all his siblings. I don't need 7 pedigrees. You know, that's the thing, man. Hey, and then so brother JT said, "Hey, I'm at the table with my phone playing. She already know, you heard." JT, that's a bold move, Cotton.
Man, don't mess your night up, dog. You might not get lucky.
Yeah, hey, You won't even need the blue pills, and now you keep on, brother. Put some curls for girls.
He said he got to make sure she the one. Remember the story you told Dre about the girl? You said she went with the dogs. It was a cut. Hey, if this is a date, hey, he testing Shorty out.
For sure, for sure.
Yes,
Nah,
sir.
she a rider, man. Like she rocking with my bro, man. All my bros and y'all's queens, man. Salute to all the queens of the game.
Oh,
Salute,
salute,
man. Salute
salute,
to all the women.
definitely.
And then,
Salute.
what's your name, is Miss Williams?
Anya.
Miss Anya Williams? Listen,
Yes.
man, we just tickled to death to have you. And man, I know everybody in the chat tickled to death to have you, and we tickled to death to have each other, man. You hear me?
Yes.
And listen, I love y'all, bro. I'm finna cut out early tonight, man. I'ma lay it down. I got a long day tomorrow, man. I'll talk to y'all later, man. I
Hey,
love
Yes.
man,
y'all,
we
bro.
love you, bro.
Everybody.
100.
Love you too, bro. Yes, sir. Be
100.
dangerous.
Thank you.
All good, man.
Yeah, man. Peace.
Hey, let me get to some more of these comments in the chat, y'all. Brother Castro said, "Yeah, it's a good thing you're doing with them online pigs." Hey, for sure, man. But be careful, like I said, man. There's a lot of people who do some weird stuff on there and incriminate themselves. Like if I see a one-time winner in this day and age, then you're pretty much telling the police you're doing something, unless you have like a ADBA show champion. And I would clearly distinguish that on there. You know, Student for Life said, "Man, I
Hey,
love this. I love y'all too, man. Hey, Student for Life, man, you're a solid one, and I would love to talk to you offline, bro. You've been here a consistent supporter, man, and I would like to get that one-on-one feedback from you. Can y'all hear me? Thumbs up, y'all can hear me in the chat.
loud and clear.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Student for Life, dog training. Then he said, anything I can do support. Hey, 6143 said, kill killer. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bill, I'm gonna get that pedigree in just a second, bro. I wanted to break down a little bit for them because brother Eli Monster had asked me to kind of break down what I'm running, so I was gonna go in there and actually kind of break it down for him the way I see it. Also, Bill, I'm glad you're here because maybe you actually know some of these dogs from the back end of their pedigree that I can't articulate the way you can articulate. So let me go and get into this for y'all. Brothers in the chat, if y'all can see this, I'm scrolling up and down right now. Obviously, this is my Saki dog. He's my pride and joy, man. I love this dog, man. And he's son of Apache Kennel's one-time winner. You know what I'm saying? And contact me for details. But so we're gonna look at the top side first. MWK's Knucklehead, aka Cabezon. That's his father. Now his daddy is from MWK, Little Rascal, and that's gonna be a heavy rascal bred dog from Pitt Island right here. And then that's on top of a Woodall's bird dog, which is that Jeep Rascal Red Boy from Mr. Joe Woodall right in here. Can y'all see that in the chat, or can y'all see that? All right, cool. Eagle fan said, give me a thumbs up. He said he can hear me. So this Pit Island's Midnight. Let me look at that real quick. All right. So when I'm looking at this Pit Island's Midnight, you see that if you go back in there, you got Jeep, you got Mountain Man's Little Bill, you got Long's Weirdo, these are a bunch of Jeep dogs. I'm pretty sure Widow's dad is Jeep. It goes back to Jeep bred down to Otis Honey Bunch dog as well. All right. So these are heavy Jeep influenced dogs with some small outs here and there. Mountain Man's Little Bill comes off of Homer, which goes back to Rascal, a Honey Bunch. You got some La Paste blood there, some Carver blood. So if we wanted to make that breeding, there's already some Carver stuff in there. Also on the Chinaman side, on the bottom side, there's some Carver stuff in Chinaman's and Eli Carver cross. You got that Bully Son in there. Obviously, that Bully Son goes well with the Honey Bunch because that's her father. Midnight Cowboy. That's also another Bully Son dog. So these dogs are just heavy influence on that Pit Island stuff from the Rascal, the Eli strands. Eli strands heavy down on Bully Son, Otis, Bo, all of them got that Bully Son coming down off of that, right? Now I'm gonna go into the Woodall blood, and this is not a huge breakdown. I'm just running through this real quick so y'all can see it. But the pedigrees are available. Like you can check out my pedigree there if you want to. And if you have questions, you can call and ask. But you'll notice that that actual Mr. Woodall used a lot of the blackjack stuff and that weird jack stuff. The Grand Champion Blackjack. There was a chat about him the other day. They said he didn't really match into anybody, but his dogs are performing well. Also, in Mr. Woodall's blood, Frisco influence in the fourth generation right there on Will's bird dog. So that's why one of the reasons why I was so attracted to breeding Bacardi there, because that Frisco influence or that Garner blood influence already bodes well. And as you saw in the Pitt Island stuff, there was some Chinaman blood there as well. So even though we have that red boy, which is kind of an out, I would say, compared to all the other Eli stuff, because even all these other dogs kind of go back to Eli, but Blackjack is kind of where the rubber meets the road with Jeep Rascal Red Boy being in Blackjack. And I'll show y'all that. So Rodriguez's Gator is off of White's Tab, bred to White's Irene. And when you look at White's Tab's mom was a pure red boy female known as Marlowe's Tabby Girl. So they took a Jeep himself and bred him to a pure red boy female to make White's Tab. All right. And then on the bottom side down here, you got some of Crenshaw's Big Casey and some of Crenshaw's other bloods used to make Crenshaw's Black Girls, along with Dr. Wood and Abernathy's Bosco. And if y'all know about Dr. Woods and Abernathy, y'all know that that's also some of the same breeders who had influence on making the Chinaman dog. All right. So I'm giving y'all this very, very quick synopsis of why I put my dogs together. Now, all that stuff I just showed y'all was to say this. My dogs on the top side are a bunch of different strands of Eli dogs and Carver dogs put together with a touch of red boy here and there. All right, there's some Lopace blood, but it's less than a 30 seconds, so it's negligible. So I don't even talk about it, but it's there. All right, there's no purity in that. Okay. Now, when I go into the Bacardi blood, I don't even have to go any further back than the fourth generation, because you see it's just a heavy Garner influence. Garner's Jones, Carmelo, Garner's Jasmine. The Hong Kong dog, which is from Pitbull City, I'll click on that for you. But if you look right here in the third generation on Hong Kong, it's just a heavy Garner dog with an out on Murphy's Lady Kate. And that's the out for that. All right. And also the mom and dad for Bacardi are half brother, half sister. So that dog, OBS's Hong Kong, is the dad for both of the parents that made Bacardi. All right. And then OBS's Typhoon and OBS's Kush are the females. Both of them have a small out. On the top side, the out is the Limestone Sealy. And on the bottom side, the out is the Murder's Flatline. And both of those dogs have a small red boy influence as well. So when I put these dogs together, my intention was to basically not add anything new. It's getting on the borderline of being scatterbred, but everything comes back to the original bloods of Red Boy or the Eli strands. And Bolio as well, because the Frisco stuff is Bolio. But yeah, man, that was my intention. Also, when I put these breedings together, all these dogs had some form of excited biting in them. So I just wanted to get that out there and share that with y'all, man. Hopefully I didn't bore y'all too much or just running through that pedigree like that. But if you didn't get it, just back. Yeah.
Dre, not to cut you off, Junie's online. He's trying to get you to get his attention. Look at the chat real quick.
Hey, let me pause real quick. I promise I'm gonna get the chat back to the chat. But son, I just want to tell you, I love you, and I'm proud of you. And I hope you see what your dad is doing. And one of these days, I would like to get you on the show so you can actually give your side of the story as well. Daddy love you.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the young king.
Salute Andre Jr.
Yeah, man. Love you, son. Love you.
He'll be smiling from ear to ear. I know that. Yes. But yeah, go ahead, Dre. Keep it moving. It's good. It's interesting.
So I kind of got behind on the chat, man. So let me get caught back up with the chat. Bill, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this pedigree in here, but let me pull up some of y'all stuff, man. Eagles fan asks, how much road work do a dog need a week? Big A Soul, anyone y'all want to jump on that first?
Yeah, I think every dog is different. It's really, for the most part, I don't feel like road work, we can outwork our dogs. So it's whatever you can really do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever time you got allowed. If you got a properly built together dog and well bred, man, you get out there, you get as much work in with them. You know, they'll tell you if it's too much, but unless you a marathon runner or something. You ain't out working these dogs.
Yeah, I say it all depends on what you know, what you're doing with the dog, what your purpose is. But you know, yeah, I mean, it's all generated around you and the dog's lifestyle. And then depending on uh, some dogs just go harder than others. When it comes to just conditioning, naturally. You know, so.
Yeah, for sure. And then you go from some lines of dogs gonna be short and squatty, and then you got some dogs that's gonna be long and lean, and then some lines is known not to have a big gas tank. So hey man, I say each individual dog is gonna tell you what they need.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So for me personally, man, I think it's not just what them telling you what they need. That's important, but I also think it's how do you want your dog to act when it's at home. And so I noticed that sometimes it's the intensity of the workout that's more important, and sometimes it's the duration. Typically, when I go on the longer road work days, what I'm looking for is actually just to have my dog more exhausted to create a strong, longer recovery. And I might even add weights to that one, man. So that's probably twice a week because I'm looking for more of a strength building than a conditioning or than a fast switch muscle exercise. Whereas if I'm like literally like just trying to get out there and get some work in real quick, I look at it almost the same way I look at like a flirt pole work. Quick explosions, 3 miles, and then I'm taking it back home, doing a rub down. Obviously walking the dog out prior to emptying the dog out, but 3 to 5 miles, 3 to 4 days a week. But at the longer days, 8 to 10 miles, 2 to 3 days a week. Obviously checking for their pads and see how their body is handling it as well. If they limping or they're sluggish, man, give them some more recovery, and cut it down. Now, if you're in a keep, that's completely different. And my man Fat Bill sells the $100 keep, man. So check that out and check out Schoolboy's keep as well if you're looking for a keep specific. But weekly maintenance, they at least daily hand walking at least 30 minutes a day minimum. And then for exercise days, at least 3 to 4 days a week for exercises, alternating different types of exercises. But for road work, 2 to 3 days is typical for me. Y'all there? Man, y'all got quiet on me, chat. What's going on? What's going on?
Oh yeah, man, we in here.
For
Student
sure.
Flight said, for sure, bro. I can't wait to link with you. Eagle fan said, Jeep Zebo Bad Rosemary. All right. Hey, Dickie Foster said, salute Junior, man. Hey, Dickie, you know what, bro? Dickie, you a solid brother, man. Thank you so much, man. Dickie is family everywhere he go. He don't meet a stranger. That's real. Castro says, salute. Hemi James said, took a minute to find Fat Bill influencing the Garner dogs. Hey, but it's there to show him.
Hey.
And then Eagles fan said, thanks. And then 614 Tree. Also, I don't know if y'all know this, but 614 Tree is like a mentor. Like, y'all may not know him, but I respect 614 Tree. JT, thank you for introducing me to him. But he said it really depends on how you test. Feed will determine his workload. That's a big fact, and I don't think any of us really covered that to that level. So thank you for sharing that, Tree, the show, bro. But yeah, man. So we got that Fat Bill dog pulled up right now, y'all. And I'm gonna slow down on this one because I'm not as familiar with this pet on this dog, but we're gonna get into that. All right. So this dog here is Dixieline Connections Killer. All right. Also, this is a well sought after dog because this pedigree has been seen 9,342 times. For those of y'all listening, and I'll break this one down for y'all a little bit more detail. All right. So this dog was made by breeding Dixieline Connections Black Cat to Fat Bill's Black Street Hooker. All right. Dixieline Connections Black Cat, that's the sire, the male, was made by breeding Black Belt to Fat Bill's Black Sister. Now, Black Sister, I'm gonna stay in the second generation here. Black Sister is the commonality behind this, and this is where we get into line breeding. So Black Sister is the dam for the sire and the dam for the dogs that were used to make Killer. All right, so they were half siblings. They were half siblings. Black Belt in the second generation is Dixieline Connections Black Cat's father. All right. Moving on to the third generation, the two dogs that made Black Belt are Fat Bill and Clemens, Dick, producer of record, and Clemens, Booger Red. So there's where that Clemens blood is coming in there. All right. Then you look at these two dogs, and they are full littermate brother and sister. They may not be belly mate, but they are definitely bred the same way. Fat Bill Clemens, Dick to Booger Red, both of these dogs. So you got a full brother sister breeding on top, bred into another dog that has Dick in it on the bottom side. So the only dog that's different in the third generation is Fat Bill's granny. See, these dogs are bred super tight. You know, they bred tight as a diamond in a squirrel's in a goat's asshole. You know, but I like that, man. He's keeping it real tight, man. He's giving them something to outcross. Now, going back to the fourth generation, this is where I get excited because there's a dog in here known as Boudreaux's Maverick. All right. And typically when I see Maverick, the only dog I see coming off Maverick typically is Skull. So I'm excited to see these other Maverick bred dogs in this pedigree right here. Now, Fat Bill's Dick, which is the father to all of the dogs in the second generation, is a Maverick dog bred to a Clemens Black Smoke dog. So Boudreaux's Maverick appears in here just as many times as Dick because he is one half of the Dick dog. So it's a heavy Maverick dog. Then you got Clemens Black Smoke, which also appears almost the same amount because the only dog that doesn't have the black smoke is going to be the Clemens Booger Red and Fat Bill's granny in the third generation. So these dogs are almost pure Boudreaux Maverick to Black Smoke. Then you got some 6-bits in there, but the 6-bits and Black Flash are used to make the other half of these dogs. Because like I said, it's the same dogs bred over and over again. Very small out. All right. Now, if y'all was in my live on Instagram, you know I don't know a lot about the Clemens dogs, and I actually had a brother send me some Clemens pedigrees, so I'm gonna dig into this Clemens pedigree real quick. Okay. So basically, if you're watching this or listening, when I'm reading a pedigree, I typically start with the males. Okay. I typically start with the males because a lot of times breedings are propagated on the males, and then if I don't see a commonality in the males, then I start looking at the females. So if you can see this on my screen, I just follow the pedigree across. I go boom, 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 boom. All right. Now I do the same thing. I go, I take this female right here and I go boom, boom. All right, cool. These are the same. Boom, boom. These are the same. All right. Then I go down to the bottom side and I follow the males on the bottom side as well. Once I see what males there are, because most bloodlines are based upon the male, other than like Honey Bunch and a few other Marlowe's Tabby Girl and things like that. There's not a lot of dogs that are propagated on the female bloodline or called by the females. So that's how I read the pedigree, and that's what I want to do with that right there. But let me look into this Clemens blood for y'all real quick. So that Clemens Black Flash, I'm looking at it, and it goes back to Boudreaux's Bows. It goes down to Boudreaux's Ox, Boudreaux's Tip, more Boudreaux's blood. Zebo is in there. Riddick's Herman, 5-time winner, grand champion. Champion Morales, Negra. Boudreaux's Lupe. Yeah, man. So it's a heavy Boudreaux's dog. And then I want to look a little bit more deeper into these. I don't know if it's Kettles or Coddles. Lou. Oh, an Eli dog or a Boudreaux dog. Eli's in there, but this is just a Boudreaux dog. That helps me out a lot. And obviously there's out right here with the Cottons, Bullet, and then there's Kincaid's Young Rock right here. So it's a heavy Eli dog, man. Fat Bill, that's a phenomenal dog right here. Bred very well. This line connections killer, y'all. Let me get back to the chat because I see we got some more chats in here, man, and we gonna rock out with this thing right here. Can y'all hear me?
Loud and clear, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, cool. I get the rolling with the we're reading the pedigrees, man, and I get carried away.
Hey, it's all good, man. This is for people who can't read the pedigree, pull that pen and paper out. You know what I'm saying? Even for myself, this is lessons learned right there. Learned a lot right now.
Hey, also, I did want to say this, man. I'm glad you said that. So, the dogs that I know them, and I only really know the pedigrees that I've had dogs off of. So, like when I start talking about red boy dogs, because that's what I predominantly was raised around. You say a certain name, and I typically I don't have to look too far back in the pedigree for me because I know it stops at a certain dog. That's a red boy dog. Once you get like that, it's easier to kind of dissect the pedigree. What I look for typically for me is I go for the dog's name that I don't know because I want to see what the origin of that dog is and how it's bred. Because I've overlooked a lot of great dogs simply because I just didn't go far enough back in the pedigrees. But before I buy a dog or before I breed a dog, I typically go back 7 gen. But I'm only concerned with the 4 gen because those are the traits that are most prevalent. Even though you can have those one-offs, percentages are so low that's typically not going to happen. So I typically stay with what I got.
Makes complete sense.
Eagle fan, that's a bold statement, man. I appreciate it, man. But that's Eagle fan said this live is just as good as schoolboy stuff. Salute. Hey man.
Hey, salute.
I kind of want to talk about them, man. And this is not I will never talk negatively about none of the other channels. Not openly in public, I won't. I think that's a girly move, but I will say this. There was a chat that compared the way I interact with people to Schoolboy, and I would say I like the way Schoolboy delivers information. But if I was looking for a mentor, it would be probably Bill or Bach, because Schoolboy's not gonna hurt my feelings. I don't think Schoolboy has a bunch of good information, and even as humble as I try to be, I think I might not take it all in because I'm not appreciating as much as I should. Because Schoolboy is giving $1 million worth of game out when he talk. But Bach, when you approach Bach and you say some stupid stuff, Bach he gonna put you in your place, man. And Fat Bill gonna laugh at you, he gonna laugh at you, man. And
wow.
And you need brothers like that because I think they make you appreciate the fact that Schoolboy is so delicate while he delivers information. So I was pontificating on that the other night and talking to Brother Martinez about it, and I wanted to share that here in this chat as well, man.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I think Brother Bach can tell you straight up, hey man, that's a dumb decision. Straight up. He might call you a MF too. Oh, you got to be a stupid MF.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brother Bach.
Yeah, man. And I think there's value in, because I don't know, man. We talk about the dogs here, and I'm gonna get back to the comments over there too. But y'all know my overarching goal is to build better dogs, but also to build better people, and we are the best people. Bulldoggers are the best people, because the dog that represents us, we also must represent. We have to have that hardness of spirit, and we must be game. That's why I use the term dog, DAWG, does anything with games, right? And so when we speak on that, we need all those people to kind of school us. You need to be schooled on a hard mouth dog. You need to be schooled on a dog that's gonna go for the legs, stifles, the brisket, shoulders, and we'll make sure we don't hit no bleeders, so we're schooled up properly when we go out to this world, right? And then y'all brothers want to chime in on that anymore? Because I got some more chats down here coming in.
No, that's well said, man. Like you said, there's different viewpoints, having those different people around to help you cultivate and get things right, like you said, having that hard mouth, it's good for us to have that constructive criticism. We don't always need to hear the positivity and, what we doing right. Nah, we need somebody to check us when we doing wrong too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
Hey, I wanted to share this with y'all too, because Brother Soul, I'm a piggyback on that. That's a big term we use here in the Air Force, piggybacking. I will say that, and I was talking to my cousin last night before I got on live on Instagram, and this is something I need y'all to understand in this chat right here. When somebody says something that infuriates you, and it makes you dwell on it, and it makes you come up with an idea to beat their idea, whether you want to admit it or not, they force you to grow.
Facts.
Absolutely. Go ahead and tip your hat to them.
They force you to critically think that
Yeah,
go ahead.
I don't want to be the smartest person in the room, you know. And then, you know, I'm talking about like I learn something every day. We can have a conversation talking about something, and I picked up so much information that I didn't have before.
Yep.
I mean, shoot, we and you, Jay, we done learned something together looking at a pedigree. You know what I'm saying? After we was listening to Go Hard, and then we was like, nah, man, let's go look at the pedigree. And sure enough, man, you know, lesson learned.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, man. Let me get this chat pop real quick right here, man. So Dickie Foster said, Killer is a great bred bulldog. Yeah, he is, man. But as soon as I saw that Maverick, I was sold. Like, I'm telling you right, it's certain dogs that you show me a pedigree and it's greater than a quarter of that dog, and I am sold. Mayday, Maverick, Chinaman, or Frisco. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know enough about Bolio to really care, but it's in everybody's pedigree, so I accept it. Red Boy, Jocko, Sheep, Rascal. Those are the lines that I'm most familiar with because that's what the bulldog men that I was around had. But there's some other bloodlines out there that I'm not familiar with that are great bloodlines. I just can't tell you about it. I don't know. So for those of y'all brothers in the chat, whenever I open up the open forums at times, get on here and talk about them Clemens dogs that I don't know about. Or them Leposse dogs. I don't know much about Leposse dogs. I hear about Leposse's doves, Leposse's cash, but I can't give you valid information on that. So when y'all come on here and y'all got it and y'all seen it, I can't tell you about no Kobe dog. I've seen people that say they got them, but I don't, it is what it is. It is what it is. And also I didn't really shout out to brother Elevated Kennels, man, but Elevated Kennels just put together a heavy Bolio breeding. And I'm doing an interview with that brother here soon once I get settled in. So shout out to Elevated Kennels, man.
Shout out, good brother.
Yep, salute.
Amy James said, you'll find outcrosses in the new Granny POR dog. Nice. Thanks, Amy.
Wow.
We got a question in the chat. Party Boy Wood said, what dog food do you guys use if you use kibble? Big A or So, y'all want to take off on that one first?
To be honest, man, it really, I don't know, man. I'll put it like this. You pretty much go with what you can afford. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like really getting into a specific dog food because to each his own. And but you can go off of what you can afford. If you afford the top shelf on everything, then I mean that's what I would go with. But there's so many brands out there, so many options. Back in the day, I used to use Diamond and Ukanuba, before all that other stuff started going down. But now it's just you go with what you can afford.
I use Rachel Ray for mine.
Hey, turn up. I'll be on that too, sis.
I like that Rachel Ray. I can't flex.
Yeah.
I use Rachel Ray treats.
So yeah, don't give him my treats, Big A, but don't tell him which one. Nah. So I was using Rachel Ray back when the pandemic happened because she had reasonable prices, and then people found out Rachel Ray wasn't using grain, and her ingredients were comparable to Diamond and Victor. So a lot of people, so her prices went up. I used to get a bag of Rachel Ray for $25, 40-pound bag, and be happy.
Right.
So what I did was, what's up?
No, I'm saying not no more.
Yeah,
And then I went from Rachel Ray to Neutro. Neutro did the same thing. They found out that people was rocking with them, and their prices went up. So
wow.
now I use Pure Balance, and I stopped using Diamond because where I live at, the Tractor Supply was like 45 minutes away, and dogs never get low on food when it's convenient. They do it in the middle of the work week when you work 16 hours, and the guaranteed place I can stop is Walmart. So I started using Pure Balance. They use a lot of the same ingredients, and they have a lot of different formulas. My favorite
Pure
formula
Balance is pretty good.
yeah, my
Right?
favorite formula, and it doesn't cause my dogs to break out at all. And their poop is
Wow.
always solid. Their poop is always solid. So I like the bison mix for my dogs, man. I like my dogs a little bit beefier. But also to answer the brother question, I do use kibble, but that kibble is always supplemented with raw.
Oh
Always.
wow.
Hey, Dre. That Pure
Hey,
Balance.
yes, sir.
Come on, look, we talking the same language.
We're on the salmon bag right now. In the summer, like a lot more omega fatty acids. So a lot of, like I said, a lot of what's the little thing? Sardines, a lot of smoked oysters, coconut oil, and then I put it on top of the Pure Balance salmon, which is also the cheapest one because it's the easiest. Because I'm pretty sure it's all not real stuff anymore.
Okay. Look at y'all.
Salmon oil,
What
yes,
is the
sir.
wet for, Andre?
The
What
wet,
is the wet for when you say the kibble, but with wet? Why is that?
we're raw. We're raw.
With raw, yeah. Why is
Yeah.
that?
So if you look on any supplement or any kibble bag, it's going to tell you to be a supplement for a diet, not to completely replace a diet. So
Wow.
typically at least a fist size of some kind of like liver, or even if it's just a tilapia fillet or some kind of real roughage to go in there, and then I'll puree like a spinach leaf or some kale and throw that in there as well on top of the kibble. One, it gives flavor to the dog because kibble has never smelled attractive ever, but that and maybe some dine or something like that, some kind of nutritional value to keep the dog happy when they're eating their kibble. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, but also it just because, like I said, kibble is a supplement. It's not going to give your dog everything they need. The only way to know what your dog needs is to look at your dog and assess based on their paws, their gums, their teeth, their eyes, the smell between their paws. If it smells like corn chips, there's a yeast infection there. You know what I'm saying? So smelling their ears, they're getting a lot of ear infections. Their immune system's down. You need to get some more probiotic in there to help them out.
Wow. And palace between her paws did smell like that, kind of like Frito-Lay, like
Yeah,
that smell.
yeah, man. That's heavy yeast, man. And you can wash them all day, but it's going to come back because that yeast is going to build. It's going to pull there first, and a lot of times they'll be licking their paws, and it'll give it away for you. So you can, if you see them licking their paws for long periods of time or for no reason, you can check it and check for that yeast infection. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Let me get back to the chat though, y'all, and see what they got going on in the chat over here. Oh, Eagle fan said Diamond. Yeah, I love Diamond, especially the purple bag, the performance bag. Performance is the green and yellow bag. The purple bag is the puppy bag, and I love feeding Diamond to my pregnant or bitches in heat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fat Bill has
When
doubled
we
it.
use diamond, we use the purple bag also as well. Yep,
For
we
sure.
did.
For sure. Man, we do it all. Said Victor. Yeah, hey. So I personally never really got down with Victor like that, but it's a certain color bag. What's that color bag of Victor everybody be using? Because it's different ones, but it's a specific color that everybody be like, yeah, go with this color when you use Victor. Somebody post that down in the chat. Bill said that weirdo blood is really good stuff. Hell, I mean, yes, sir, it is. It is, man. I don't curse my elders, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is good stuff. It is good stuff, man. Big shouts out to Bill for that input. Castro said, I wasn't an Eli man, but I'm definitely coming around. Got one who was changing my mind. Yeah. Hey, so I was told this by Eli dogs back when I was probably like 20, 21. You don't always get a good one, but when you get a good one, you got it. When you get a good one, you got it. I don't think they have as high percentages as some of the other bloodlines, like the Red Boy, Jocko stuff. But when you get a good one, you got one, bro. They wouldn't keep breeding if they weren't good. Potty Boys, Victor, I was using, but heard a lot of things. But when it comes to breeding, we do it all. Yes, sir. Honey No Salt states that Party Boy, they have irregular heats. Yeah, they do. But I heard of this stuff. I can't pronounce the name of it. It's an E herb. You can give it and help regulate the heat cycle. I learned that from the Migos down in Michoacan. So I showed it to you. It's like
you talk about it's echinacea.
Echinacea, yeah. Echinacea will help regulate that if you have an irregular heat cycles, man. I got mine down to twice a year. That my dogs always come and heat in July, and then they come and heat again around December, January time frame every time. Echinacea about 2 weeks prior to the month I think they're gonna come into heat to make sure they come into a full heat, and it's not one of them little like I ever seen a light heat on a dog where it was bleeding a little bit and it just stopped and you figured you missed it. Yeah, I don't have those. My dogs bleed like they hit an artery when they heat, man. You know, it's very definitive that they're in heat.
Yeah. But I think what you was talking about is the split heat. They stop bleeding shortly after.
Yeah.
Also, the old school way too to help a bitch go in heat, and if you got a male on the yard, move them, switch them on the chain spots or their kennels. Let that male mark up that her area. That definitely will help bring her in heat. Or if you have another female with a regular heat cycle, bring them around each other.
Hey yo, let me send this link to my big bro Ram. I don't know if you're available or not. But what we capping about is I said you was gonna come through, and you showed up. So obviously I'm not capping too hard. But I'm gonna get that link to my brother Ram.
Salute, Pezzo.
Yeah, man.
Welcome down in the building.
Welcome.
Yeah, I ain't talked to Ram in a minute, man. Big homie.
Yeah, he coming in gun blazing, talking that shit.
Yeah, talking about stinky toes and armpits, smelling like garbage.
All of that.
Oh man.
Hey, you might, Lil Dre, you might need to get off.
Yeah, Ram comes through real irreverent. Real irreverent. Yes, sir, man.
Wow.
Yeah, so he said the green and yellow bag of diamond. Yeah, that's that performance bag right here. And then hey, I never heard of this, but Stay Blessed said, first of all, shout out to Stay Blessed. Stay Blessed said give them sauerkraut. Excellent for prebiotic and good bacteria. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, dropping them good jewels. That's what I'm talking about.
Sauerkraut, or you can do the cottage cheese.
Oh wow. See, this is the stuff people paying for. I'm telling y'all. Y'all got them jewels. And it's funny because it's all been based really, if you think about it, in my opinion, more so off of trial and error. Because you really got to be doing it and living it to learn it and know what you're doing. In my opinion, now, that's just my opinion.
And what all these things, just like not only do you have to know it, but you have to have applied it. Because to know it ain't enough.
Facts.
To know it is not enough. You have to apply it with your dog. Because what works with my red boy dogs don't work with my Eli dogs. It does not work the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I agree.
Vinny, shout out Vinny. Green or yellow bag.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
Nah, you good, bro.
Look at Vinny, green or yellow bag of victory. Okay. Salute, family. Salute, big dog.
Yeah, man. I appreciate all y'all, man. I really do. Ram, where you at, fam? Because if you're not coming through here, man, we miss you, bro. The chat misses you. The live misses you, man. There he is. Look at it. I done guilt trip. I'm not gonna add it to the stream until I say what I gotta say. Ram, we missed your 50-foot deodorant applying 4 times a day self, man. But get on here, bro.
Nigga, your mustache got 4 times a day. Nigga, shut up. That nigga mustache got that straight C19 on his face. What's going down, no?
Hey, man, Ram, it's good to hear from you, bro, man. You know, y'all got me out here in Arizona with coyotes running through the streets and stuff, man.
I told your motherfucking ass all that shit, nigga. Yeah, I wasn't lying. Shit, coyotes by my house too, and I live in the city. Just outside. Watch your puppies when you know.
Yeah, bro. But
You motherfuckers out, boy, especially in the summer.
Ram, I got a question for you, man. And I asked it like, don't go into the game dog chat too heavy because
All right.
I asked it in the Patreon, and you can't give away Patreon stuff over here. So if y'all brothers don't know, Ram, plug the Patreon while I put up this question that I got.
Hey man, that shit is game dog talk, man. All one word like the YouTube shit, but it's butt naked over there. No condoms allowed. You feel me? Raw.
Dang.
Yeah. Hey, so the question was
Ram, you cut out.
hold on. The question is everybody's talking about double grand champion Tornado, but you never hear anybody talk about double grand champion Jacob's Assassin 2, 10-time winner, best in show. Have you heard of this dog before, Ram, or do you know anything about
Yeah, that's some of the unsung red boy shit. And them is black red boy dogs right there. Them some bad motherfuckers, man. Champion Beetlejuice come down from them. So yeah, they don't get the recognition just because them shits was dead in another country, so it's kind of hard to verify like it is now. But yeah, the dog is the truth, you know. The dog really, 10-time winner.
Wow.
Bad dog. That whole litter was pretty good though. There was another grand champion in there. A few of them breedings though they made with them assassin dogs was the truth. That's some well sought out red boy blood right there. If you can find some, I will put it in the program for real.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Hey man, Ram, everybody's showing you love in the chat, bro, man. Shouts out to you, Ram.
Oh yeah, shit. Salute to all the homies in the chat, man. I see y'all in there.
Big up Ram, man.
Salute.
Yeah, man. Ram. So I know I swear to God I'm not avoiding you, but for those of y'all in the chat and those of y'all who are gonna listen tomorrow on the replay, we will be doing an interview with Welcome Down Ram at some point. Whenever my brother's free and I can get my life together, man, because Ram, you give a lot of great dog talking news, but I would like to hear more about the brother Ram himself, man. You know, so
oh yeah, I'm the most interesting man in fucking North America.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. So Ram, what you up to, bro?
Shit, trying to beat the heat, losing like a motherfucker. Trying not to cur out, but this shit gonna cur me.
and he got teeth, huh?
Yeah, that heat for real.
Yeah.
The heat, that shit
You
is
walk
for
outside,
real.
it's like pushing you, hot air pushing you down the street, bro.
Yeah, I told you it's like a giant blow dryer. It's like if you cut your oven on and put a fan in front of it.
So I called myself pulling out of the parking lot yesterday, and I was like, I'm gonna roll the windows down and just floor it. You know what I'm saying? Get some air. The air was hotter from out, even with me going 60 miles an hour. The air was still hot.
Yeah, you better call yourself an ambulance, nigga, doing that dumb shit.
Roll them windows up with the quickness, huh?
Facts. Fucking window, yeah, that air is hot, bro. You might as well, you could literally hang your t-shirt up. Like you save money on the dryer bill around this bitch. Old school clothesline, you be done in like 5-10 minutes, bro.
Seriously, I bet you clothes be drying like 30 minutes. I promise. Last year when I had a clothesline, it didn't take like an hour to dry a comforter. For real, on God.
Yep. Put it out here. I bet it be done by 30 minutes. Leave it out any longer, fucking around, catch on fire.
Hey man.
Hey, but out there when you take that stuff in the house, it's gonna be dusty as hell.
Oh yeah, you gotta shake it off.
Yeah, that's for sure. That heat ain't no joke, man. I spent the summer doing air conditioning, and man, I had a heat stroke out there. Climbing in the attics, 140 degrees.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Oh yeah.
You
no
crazy.
joke. Hey.
Die up in that attic, nigga. Hell no.
Bruh, I lost 25 pounds that summer doing air conditioning. I'm like, oh man, if you trying to lose weight, go on and do this right here. This is the perfect job.
Oh yeah, you be sweating to the oldies in that bitch, man.
But look, while y'all playing, it is so hot. The dogs honestly don't want to be bothered, especially if they have, like, you keep them, bring them in at night or bring them in. They really don't even want to go outside. They be looking at you like you stupid. Like ready to go out? You
I'll
know.
wait till it's dark to go
Yeah,
pee.
the dogs even like for real.
I told you they
Yes.
gotta get used to it for real.
Mm-hmm.
This
Hey,
shit
look.
ain't no regular shit you just jump into. Like what they tell Ray, this ain't no regular weed, Ray.
Yes.
That's a fact. You'll smoke a dog with the quickness out there, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's so
Fact.
hot, bro. For those y'all who don't know, it's so hot here that like at night it gets down to like 85, and I'd be like, yes, 85, bro. 85 feel like I swear to God, I feel like
Wow.
63.
Yeah, you
But,
lucky.
hey,
85,
you
it's
lucky, yeah,
103 right now.
yeah.
Tucson usually
Phoenix,
do be a little cooler.
yeah. They got less population, there's less air conditioners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Man,
less
So
all of that stuff, that radiant heat, man.
are y'all
Phoenix is
worse
like
in
hell.
Texas, San Antonio area, or is it worse in
Oh yeah,
Tucson where
wait,
Dre
we'll fuck
is?
them up. It was 122 today.
Oh my
We'll beat
God.
their ass on the heat. Please, I
You
wish they
like
would
we
run up
got
in here with that bullshit. We'll
Hey,
cur they
go.
shit
it was
out.
what? It was not in the hundreds. What did y'all? It was what? That's like Iraq like
Yeah,
temperatures
it was
overseas.
122 today. I got
Are
a
you
picture of. I took a
serious?
picture of it because niggas don't believe me.
Hey, Random.
Yo, y'all must be in like the heat. What is it called? Y'all not on like no heat advisory or nothing?
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
that's normal though.
That's normal.
Yeah,
Oh Lord
you
have
just make sure
mercy.
you stay your ass out the heat
I
as
can't
much as
imagine
possible.
Dre them doing that PT when Dre was running the flights and all. I can't imagine it.
Hey,
Oh
hold on,
yeah,
hold on.
no, they don't do that shit out here. Not in the
Hell
summer. You'll
no.
kill them niggas.
Hey,
Yeah, that
Oh
ain't
my
fair.
hey,
That's a fact.
you gonna
I,
kill
Yeah,
That's
hey
a
man,
me.
I'm
fact.
heavy to the motherfucker. I'm like, y'all know y'all working at desk. I know you working
yeah,
at
they
desk.
usually take that shit up north where it's cooler at.
God.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
but
They
look,
go to that
Motherfucking sergeant to be
Flagstaff.
dead out there. It look like we think somebody assassinated the whole fucking platoon. Nigga, the heat got y'all.
Y'all know how like look in that what is it where the zombies those the Walking Dead and all that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, them
yeah,
niggas
yeah.
will
You know
fall
when they
apart. Yeah, I wouldn't.
yeah for
Yeah, them
real.
niggas would just fall all apart. Them niggas
Yes.
be
Yeah,
raggedy as
yeah, yeah.
hell.
hey man,
Dre
hey Ram,
said, look, Dre be like,
hold
we ain't
on.
even got to tell them drop and give me whatever, because they gonna be dropped
No,
anyway.
they gonna drop all right. But look, Ram, going hard. Hey, shout out to Going Hard, Kennels Reloaded in the building. Ram, if you will
Shout out.
shooting brothers link if they want to get in here too, man. I would love to have Going Hard in here tonight.
All right,
And then
Twins.
I'll be right back. I'll shoot it to him right now.
so look,
Salute,
y'all,
twins.
we got some
Wait, but
what's up, sis?
what where are you guys where they were saying it's 120 plus though? What part of who is
That's Phoenix. That's
Yeah,
Phoenix,
that's
AZ.
big. It's at 110
Yeah,
today, you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? We
The
just
devil underarm.
uh
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
oh
But
yeah.
my God.
y'all
Do
like
y'all
to
have to
get
leave y'all windows cracked in those cars when it
hell
gets like
nah,
that?
it gets hotter.
No.
It makes it even hotter.
It get hotter?
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
God.
telling you. I got in the car today and I was driving with my fingertips, man. You ever seen that scene in Men in
Hey,
Black?
hey,
Where
don't let that seatbelt buckle touch that side of your arm. Burn the shit out of you.
Oh man.
I be that bug like shit. I'm about to hey look, hell no. I'm gonna start the car and I'm getting back out the car and stand there for about 2 or 3 minutes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let that first because when the AC first come on in Arizona, if you about to pass out, you're gonna die.
You're gonna have to
Yeah.
get auto start, Dre, if it's
Yo,
like that, because that's
I already
ridiculous.
got it. Yeah,
You can't have no leather seats out there. You can't have no leather seats. It's gonna cook your ass.
Melt you, man. They will
Oh
legit.
God, yeah. Oh God, yes. And when I get in the car, don't have
All
no
right, I'm
shorts
saying to
on.
close
Lord.
one of my icons out, bro, so you'll still have some room up here. Yeah, there you go.
Sure, bro.
Man,
God,
and
no.
it was crazy though, because man, when I was out there, I remember one summer it was like 5
Phoenix,
babies that was
Jesus.
found dead in their cars because
Oh my
parents was leaving babies in cars.
God.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, bro. Let
Oh
me
my
find a nigga I
God.
don't like. I'll just tie him up and put him in the trunk. Go to lunch. Come back, he'd be no more.
He
Wow,
come back
we
stinking.
I ain't got to do nothing but untie him.
just the fact that you even Negro.
Sit him at the bus stop.
Wow, we
Hey, shout out to Vernon
wow.
Star, man. Welcome to the chat, Vernon.
For
Hey,
real, that the
salute.
heat. For real, you can weaponize that shit. I don't think we'll ever get invaded.
You need to quit it.
Yo, he's not lying. Hey, first of all, can you imagine the settlers back in whenever they came out here, right? They was like, yo, we're gonna go in the middle of the desert. We're gonna build a city here, bruh. You know how
Yeah,
hard that
okay.
is.
Had to be high than a motherfucker, man.
Man, that
Like,
that heat is so intense, bro. I'm telling you, and that sun is so crazy, man. It's so many people walking around looking like Dalmatians because they so spotted from the sun whooping their ass.
hey,
Yeah.
you don't see no dope fiends out in the summer though.
Oh
Like
my
it's too
God.
hot.
No, no.
It's too hot to get
Sleeping in
high
the
out
subway
this
at
bitch.
Walmart. Hey, sleeping in the subway at Walmart. They where else I seen them at? They be sitting in the bus stop, knowing they ain't going nowhere. Like fuck that, give me some shade.
Hey,
Yeah,
wherever free shade and free AC at.
Hey,
yeah.
dog. Hey, if you ever want to go, if you having a bad day and you need to laugh, go on the reservations, dog. You go see the craziest, funniest drunk
Oh yeah,
natives
you gotta go on the first though when they check
when
hit.
they get their check, bro.
Them
You gonna
motherfuckers be out
die.
there drunk fighting with them hard ass heads, nigga. Nobody get knocked out.
Hey, every other word they got a hiccup. You mother.
Hell yeah. Out there swinging for the fences in slow motion. Nigga, funniest shit you'll see in your life.
The bad
Oh
thing is
my
this is
god.
all true. This is
Hey,
true. Like,
hey,
Yup.
look. So look, in all seriousness, though, hey, they got a good question. Ram, you answer this. Like once again, I'm telling y'all, go subscribe to Game Dog Chat because all this is being answered. A Party Boy Woods asked, "What do y'all think the best workout is?" And I think somebody said swim. Ram, was that you?
No, no.
I
Swimming is a
knew it.
good low impact workout, but no, I'm a slap meal guy, man. I
For
got
sure,
my
for
game
sure.
from the meal maker right in person, not the video. You feel me? Like I'll whoop your ass on that slap
shit,
meal. So
if the weather's like y'all said, hell, you need to be jumping in pools or whatever you can, wherever you at.
and that
That's
Yeah,
water
all.
be
indoor,
hot than a
indoor.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's
Yeah,
that
that's
good.
the jacuzzi.
Yeah, you
You,
might well jump in a hot tub.
yeah,
Shit.
hey, that's real hot dog water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
For
whatever the
real.
temperature is, the water gonna be 5 degrees cooler than that. So
Oh my
if it's
God.
120, the water gonna be 115.
Oh my God. Y'all,
That
it
shit turn
cannot
you
be
into
that.
soup.
It can't be that bad.
Hey, when you fly out for Thanksgiving, I promise you, it'll still be hot enough for
Oh,
you to figure it out.
oh yeah, you're
Hey,
gonna be
I
like,
know you
this
better send
can't
me
be the
some
winter
receipts.
time. Like, oh yeah, it feel good. What you mean? It'd be like
Wow.
102
So what
around
are
then.
winter temps like there? Is it a winter or is it
Oh
like
yeah, the
70?
cold part is though when it get winter, when it hit, it be stupid cold. It get below freezing out this bitch.
Word. That's
Yeah, you be out here
crazy.
cold and ashy in the winter.
Back to the chat, y'all. I'm not messing with
Yeah.
y'all, but
Hey,
I'm
so
weak.
Brother
I'm just
Vinny said,
telling you the truth.
so what's your favorite workout, man? I'm gonna go back to that, man. So what's your favorite workout?
Oh, the slap meal though, man. And I do it for I do how I do my keep because I refined it, from years of just having it once I got the game from the meal maker, rest in peace. Uh I just do it really is for the recovery. So I'm just doing that to get his recovery time faster than the time it would be if we was in the corner, waiting on the scratching to start. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, if I could get, when I first started, I was getting, recovering within 25 seconds, be it when we made a handle in the corner or if we fucking going through a heat right there while we in hold and shit. But before I got off the field and retired, I was down about 8 seconds. I recover on your ass.
Man. So
So yeah, I
hey
use the
man,
slat mill kind of different. I don't use it for the shit that they get, like the prolonged win and all that shit, the stamina and all that. To me, that's a byproduct. Cause I'm just looking for the quicker recovery at maximum stress. Whereas
yes,
opposed to
sir.
seeing how long he could do this for and all that, that's good information to have. But once I became the goddamn Super Saiyan dog, man, all that shit was relevant. Even though I still did it, but I didn't look at it for that information.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Ram. So and then Vinny's chiming in on the weather again. Vinny said the highest temperature he saw was 126. He was going through Bakersfield on his way back from LA. And it was
Oh
1 in the
yeah.
Oh
morning.
my God, Mr. Vinny.
Oh yeah,
Lord
we
have
we gonna
mercy.
whoop that shit. I'll show you some pictures of that shit. Like they be joking. The news be out here lying to you. You
Oh
gotta
my
look at your car
God.
to really see what the real tip is, nigga. Well,
Look what
yeah, I'll
Mr.
show you
Vernon
some
said.
126s, 130s, nigga.
Look what Mr. Vernon said, Dre.
Yeah, I seen it. And then Party Boy said he got him a pool. I'm training my dog to swim, and I built a carpet mill, training my dog to do both. I like that, man. That's
Okay.
high resistance, and like you said, a full body workout with the swimming, man. That's a good move right there, bro.
Oh yeah, your daughter. That's a good area though. I just moved from over there in Gilbert.
Hey, so Vernon Starr said this is true, man. He said it's so hot out there, you stop sweating. It evaporates. It evaporates.
Yeah,
Come on
yeah.
now.
It just feels
Yeah,
like you just a little bit wet. You know, just
yes.
like you might have been wet 10 minutes ago.
Y'all, are
Yeah.
you serious?
That's true. That's
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, you sweat way different. Down here in the south, when you sweat, you know what I'm saying, you stay moist, pause. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh
out
my
there, you
God.
sweat, you get salty out there.
Yep.
It'll
Yo.
leave like that salt layer on you. Don't go
Yeah.
into the
So.
store after you been sweating. You look nasty as hell.
Oh yeah, hell
Oh,
yeah.
good
You gonna
night,
be looking like
Eagle.
Tyrone Biggums in that bitch.
Oh God.
Sweat all around your shit, man. That's
Oh
just
my God.
yeah. But once you get acclimated to it though, you be all right.
But isn't it different there on you guys' side, Dre, and everybody else? Because they said with the humidity here, like ours is like a sticky heat. They say it's different though there. It's not the
Yeah.
same.
A dry heat is
Yeah.
worse. I don't care what nobody says. A dry heat is worse.
Yeah, that dry heat worse. That
Yeah,
dry heat
I
worse.
lived in both
Hands down.
seasons. Yeah, the dry heat is I'm telling you. If you was out here right now, it's getting dark and it's still like 105. That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it feels
That's
cool.
most
Like
motherfuckers high temp for the summer, and that's our nighttime temp. Like,
it's been so hot all
Wow.
day that when you go outside, it feels cool. Like I walked Saki the other night. I was live. I walked him for probably like 2 hours on that live, just walking around on Instagram talking and stuff, man. And like to me, you know what I'm
I
saying?
see
Like
Stay Bliss. Yep.
it was crazy, man. It was crazy. Oh, he
Mm.
said catch up on your electrolytes before you catch up on your
That's for
yeah,
sure.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
oh
I
yeah,
like to
hell
mix
yeah,
with
because
IV and
motherfuckers come out
stuff.
here and go hiking if you ain't from here and die every year. Like they
Are
pulled
you
the nigga off the mountain this
serious?
morning. Hell
Yeah.
yeah, because out here,
South
you get
Mountain.
out there at like 8 in the morning, it'd be okay. By 10 o'clock, it's like 112. If you
Come
ain't used
on
to that
now.
shit and all you brought was just a little 24-ounce
Come on
bottle of
now,
water,
y'all. Come
you better
on
hope
now.
the evac get there fast enough.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. Because it'll be some people, some kids walking by like, y'all want to see a dead body? Your
Like a
ass be
motherfucker, it'd
stinking.
be you up there on that mountain, little Chris Christian.
Hey,
Oh
Be
my
and
stiff
then
as hell
God.
stinking.
I don't ever keep less than a half a tank with me now, bro. Because like if you get a flat tire or anything, I'm sitting in the AC the whole time until my help get there. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, yeah,
hey,
you better.
all that East Coast stuff, you know what I'm saying? Riding around with the car on E, testing how many miles past E you can
Swear
go.
we
You can't do
do.
that out here.
Swear we
Yeah,
do.
hey,
Swear
I
we
know I
do.
used to do it too all the time. Man,
But
I got
look,
5 hours.
it be because I be lazy. Like I don't be wanting to get out in the heat here. I
Yeah,
can
you be
imagine
dead out
it.
here.
Like they
Oh
said, I'm gonna be
yeah.
cooked out there. Y'all, I
Yeah,
am
the
gonna be what's
AC
on the
is gonna be
grill,
your
huh?
best friend. AC from the house to the car. If you got leather, hopefully you got an automatic starter in that motherfucker, so
Who
you can
said
cut the
Mr. Vinny
AC
said
on first.
Maryland 95? Yeah, Mr. Vinny, you over here with me on the East Coast. I'm in
Oh,
Carolina.
95.
So we like five, that's 6 hours difference. Yeah. He over here. Yes, sir.
Yeah, me
Salute,
too.
going hard. We see that.
I sent them
Yes, sir,
the
man.
links.
And he might be busy, man. I just want to make it available to him, man. Because Ram, if we can get him in here, but Ram, I'm about to hit you with a tough question too, man. Because the overall topic for the night was yard accidents, man. And we talked about some of our more tragic yard accidents. And with you having the stuff you've had in your lifetime, Ram, I'm certain you got something bloody to tell here.
Shit, my accident is just somebody be dead, man. I always lose a dog, bro. My last yard accident I had, I lost 3 dogs. I lost my one-time winner, and he killed 3 of his sons. My dog Dine, who was a remake of Kobe's Dine, killed him. He was a one-time winner. Killed the brother to John Jones. He was a 2-time winner, and to my champion John Jones. and he killed the prospect and then died afterwards. Like, I had some
Mm-mm.
fucked up yard accidents, bro.
I don't even know how I would react. Like I'm so glad God know what he be doing that I haven't experienced anything to some of the detail that you guys have
And you fucking
discussed.
gotta get the bags and clear out some space in the freezer till trash day.
Oh my God.
This nigga.
Oh my God.
What?
Are you serious?
I ain't finna
That nigga.
bury you.
Hey, look. Listen.
Yeah, four holes. No.
Hey, if you barbecuing and you got more than two deep freezers, you know what I'm saying? Hey, go grab that meat out that motherfucking
You
deep
better
freeze,
not
man.
let
They
me
opened up the wrong one.
Whole
on
dog in the
now.
garbage bag
That's
in
what
there
I'm
on
talking
your
about
ass,
too
nigga.
much.
Wait till trash day.
Lord have mercy.
Them pit bull steaks, nigga.
Hey, but
And
look,
Hey, man, I need
pit
to get
real.
bull
off this.
popsicles.
I need to get off, y'all. I'm hitting the road. I'm going to New York tonight. So, hey, much love to the chat. Love y'all,
All right.
brother. Shogun
Be
Hey,
Army.
safe out there,
safe
fam.
travels, bro. Safe
Yeah,
travels.
be safe, man. Take it
Yes, sir.
easy,
Yeah.
bro.
Already. Y'all be dangerous. Be great. Peace.
Yes,
Okay, you
sir.
guys.
Yeah, man. Hey, so Ram, when you found out about the accident, did somebody call you and give you a heads up, bro, or you just got home and just found your stuff like just
Oh
slaughtered in the
no,
yard?
they always happy when I be gone at work, man. See, like the motherfuckers know, like, oh shit, it's rush hour time. Let's get it. So yeah, motherfucker, call me dogs back there. I always ask who winning. Shit. Or
Hey,
which
look at
one
White
lose.
Chocolate comment. He said, you see what he said there, Dre?
Wait, let me go down. White Chocolate said, I came home to half-eaten dogs on the yard accidents, and I've
I
had
would
literal
be.
cat. That's
I would
common,
be.
man. Hey, Ram, that go back to what we talk about, man. Y'all got to get in the game, dog.
Common.
Talk, man. Cover this.
Oh
Yeah,
my
man.
God.
Eating the heart out
Yeah.
specific.
Yep, yeah, the yard accident I just told y'all about when I came home, he was eating on his son, and he's like, both his ears was ripped off and all. Like,
Come
nigga, you over
on
here half
now.
dead. You over here eating on them, but you know that's the cost of when you want to be the boss and have hard biting game dogs. The motherfuckers get loose and get to biting hard. Don't get it
Mm,
wrong though.
mm,
My
mm,
male,
mm.
he was fucked up, but he was bigger than all his sons. But all the motherfuckers was biting just as hard. So yeah, the motherfucker, he died from damage. I couldn't save him when I got home.
Oh my God. Mm,
I got straws off of him though, so I'm good.
All right,
mm.
so here we go. Okay, so you just broached the subject, so you brought it up. All right, so for collecting, um, do you recommend a specific vet or somebody in the area here to collect in Arizona?
Yeah, I use I I put you on to the one I use.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
thank
I'll
you.
send you all their information and shit. Yeah, they're probably the best in the state. But ASU got a good program too, though. But you far from that.
Yeah,
But yep, hell yeah, get them collected. You know, my thing with that is just make sure they worth collecting. You don't want to be spending money on motherfucker who can't produce worth a fuck. You know,
it's true. This is
make
true,
sure
man.
he producing while he alive. You know, producing the shit you want him to produce. That
And
way you can keep that shit going.
honestly, bro, I just want to see what the process is like, see the cost of storage and everything, because it's one of those things that if you haven't been through it, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
appreciate
yeah. It's good information and shit. Motherfucker, out by you might be better now. I just stick to the one I've been using. You know, like my straws is about 20, 21 years old now. You know.
for sure.
Wow.
All right. Uh, hey, so the other thing we had ran was the question was asked earlier. I'm just rereading some of the earlier questions, man, and it was asked,
All right.
what vets do you think are better, country vets or city vets, and why?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I never had a country vet, bro. So, city vets for me. And there's some city vets who understand, the city dog, man. You feel me? Like the vet I use, you go into his office, he got a picture of Grand Champion Yacht sitting there. So, that lets you know what type of vet he is.
Mm-hmm.
He got a picture of Grand Champ that I lost to all this shit. You feel me? He's a friend. Well, he was.
Okay.
I don't know if he's still a vet or not. I ain't fucking had to use no vet in a minute.
Okay. Home team shit.
Yeah. So yeah, all the city vets, you know, I'm a city dude though, so I couldn't speak on no country vet shit. I never met one, you know.
Definitely
Yes.
shout out to Mr. Midget Dre. That's my classmate's grandfather.
Yeah.
Remember, he used to do the rabies shots for free. Now that was love.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
love
was, man.
right
Yes,
there.
sir.
Make sure we good, bro. I'm telling you, man, Dr. Mitchell was different, bro. Different kind of doctor, man. And for those y'all listening, if y'all got kids in the chat, we need to not just cultivate more dog men. We need to cultivate people who are associated with dog men, who care about the people, who care about the animals. So if you got kids and they smart and they like animals, man, get them into a program, man. Let them explore that knowledge, because even if you think it's some nerdy shit, man, you and everybody in this panel right now could benefit from having some lawyers and some doctors on our side. That's facts.
Now y'all, but now that you say that, since all the Black Lives Movement and all, you see a lot of like doctors, lawyers, but you don't see a lot of like veterinarian techs and things of that nature. You know, when they doing the Instagram posts and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good point, Andre.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. We got enough gangsters and gang blankers and iron slingers.
For
So we
sure.
get something else, please.
Little street soldiers.
Yeah, we got
That
enough
want
of
to shoot
them.
up the streets, but don't want to sign up to go to Iraq.
Yeah, man, could you shoot up my dog with that rabies vaccine, please?
Hey,
For the
so
low.
Party Boys, Woods, man, you asked a lot of good questions, man. You asked if any of us use hogs or hunt hogs or smaller game. So I did an interview about 2 weeks ago with Voodoo Hog Doggers, and if you got questions specifically, man, hit my email, because they're gonna come back on here and talk about coyote hunting as well, man. So sometimes if you give me those questions, I can ask those questions in my interviews and get you more specified answers in the direction you're asking for, man. But Ram or Big A or Sis, y'all got anything on hunting with small game?
Oh yeah, I've been out there to Texas a few times to do that shit. That shit dangerous as fuck. Yeah, I wouldn't do it no more.
We want to hear the pros, not always the cons.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun, you know. You get to see, because that
It's
pig ain't
dangerous.
playing. You think a motherfucking dog trying to kill your shit. That pig got 2 knives and way bigger than the baddest dog you ever seen. So yeah, that should be dangerous. It'd be fun too. Just
Yo,
don't
they
have no
said those
stupid ass
boars.
dog who gonna try to fight them.
They
You
said
know?
that's tough hunting though. The boars while you playing, they
Yeah.
really did. What I heard.
Yeah, that shit ain't no, man. The boys will kill your dog and you. You out
Dre,
there
I don't
fucking
want you to
around.
hunt them by yourself if you go do it. Please don't.
First of all, what you're not about to do is you're not about to mother me online in front of my supporters over here. So you shut your ass up.
I got you.
That motherly stuff. I love you. I appreciate it. Don't do that in front of my homies. We on the block right now.
I got you.
Oh, licking her thumb and wiping the crust off your eye and shit in front of people.
That's still my little bro, y'all. Respect, Dre.
Come here, let me tie your shoes, bro.
Hey, so like I got to give it to my sister, man. Like there was a bully on the bus, man, back when I was Jordan from Bernie Mac. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was. I was in 5th grade, man. Little nerdy kid with glasses, man. And when I tell you my sister, because man, we're gonna just I'm not gonna put his name out there. He's still alive, but yeah, my sister used to whoop this dude's ass, man. You know what I'm saying? And I eventually learned to take care of myself.
Shit, it's all right. That happened years ago.
I'm not gonna give you his real name, but we call him Rico. That's what I'm gonna tell you. We call him Rico, man.
He might still be going through it to this day, man. You never know.
You know that's the crazy thing. He ain't even built like that, y'all. He ain't even built. And my brother just needed to know that he possessed the strength. He probably could have knocked him out then. He just didn't know it yet.
Over there curve snapping and shit, working hard as hell at the end of the chain.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro.
Shout out to Rico getting beat up by a girl.
Yeah, you
I ain't worried
one,
about
Rico.
him. He couldn't whoop you. He damn sure can't whoop me. I ain't worried about him at all.
Yeah.
And he one of them want to be tough so bad type dude.
Oh yeah.
And
run
his mouth. Lord, he run his mouth.
Whooped up on one of my son football coaches. Nigga talking that tough shit. Oh, but like nigga, I'm from the same side as you. I ain't never seen you on the streets, fool. Like nigga, your brother active, you not. I had to beat him up in front of the kids, man.
Oh,
That's why I'm home early.
oh my God.
Oh, this
Ain't
I
nothing
today.
can
wrong with
imagine.
two men getting in the fisticuff shit.
Ram,
Just trying to
this
meet,
today.
huh?
You said it's today?
Yeah, probably like 20 minutes ago. I'm
Oh
supposed to
Oh
be in
man.
my
football
God.
practice still.
I would have
Right.
paid good money to be a fly on the wall because you seem
Hell
like you
no.
just
Because Ram
Oh
gonna
yeah, that
take
shit was out of nowhere
Ram gonna
too.
take
I
it
dope fiend his ass.
That's
I let
that's
him think he was cool. He went back to coaching this shit. Did that nigga like Cube got did on Players Club, nigga, Miami style, right in the back of the
yeah,
head. Bitch, who you talking to?
look.
in. Hey,
yeah,
look.
Ain't
And
no
then
fair ones,
he
nigga. We
brings
ain't in
blue
the
for
ring. Ain't no ref.
Hey Dre, y'all, I can hear him now. Man, stick with your day job, bro.
Just straight up.
Oh
Hey
my
man.
God.
Hey, going hard said yard accidents be hurting to the heart. Yeah, man.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
They take a
Yeah,
lot out
they
of you, bro.
used to get to me, but I started looking at this shit. Now I got space to get a couple more dogs I wanted to try anyway. You
but
always gotta
that
find the
natural
silver
color,
lining when that shit happens. It sucks, especially when
yeah,
you lose the ones that you really love. But hey, got an open chain spot, got a little bit of money in your pocket. Go on and get that dog you seen for sale.
yeah, natural coloring, huh?
Yep. Hell
Don't be
yeah.
exploring no opportunities early.
Yep. It's better than dwelling on it being sad and mad and fuck shit,
I
because it ain't
might be
nobody
look
fault but
after
yours. You
a
gotta check
couple of
and
days
change.
after that, I'm gonna be worried about because my pockets hit too. Cause them
Hey,
dogs be expensive.
hey, hold tight, hold tight. Hey, so stay blessed. Uh, stay blessed. There, Samurai GHK did say send him the link. Hey, Ram, can you shoot out here and send him the link again, bro? Because there was a question asked in the chat, and I really want him to answer this if he will. But
All right, I got you.
Honey No Salt said, "Twin, you had I can't pronounce that name next to Brat. So yeah, I want to hear about this next to Brat. We talked about not having your best dogs or your hottest dogs next to each other to antagonize each other, man. I'm really interested in the answer to this one. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that up. See if we can get Twin in here. Hey, white chocolate. While we waiting, white chocolate said, the lady that bred here, son. The lady that bred Grand Champion Cash Money Kennels, the Beast was his vet. That's nice. That's nasty.
Wow.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I sent it to him. Check it and see again. If not, I just put it in the chat. Ain't no weirdos gonna click on the link.
Well, I had to let him in the chat anyways, man. So it's good, man. If you put it in the chat, that's the way to go, man. That's the move. That's the move
Yeah,
today, man.
yeah. This for twin only, man. There'll be no weirdo, man. And click on the link and you don't hear with the dick out and shit, man. That shit don't be cool, bro.
That food silly.
Above be looking like on Silence of the Lambs. Would you fuck me? I'd fuck you. Crazy ass boys.
It puts the lotion on its skin. Like I don't want to see none of that, homie. I'm cool.
Yeah,
I
bro.
like cooch, not booch, my nigga.
Twin, what's up, big homie?
Salute.
What's up, fellas? Hold on, man.
Hello.
Get you
What
in
up,
here.
Hi.
OGZ? Oh,
What's
you
Yeah,
gotta
up,
we
hit
got
that
you.
G?
camera.
We got you, bro. Hey, so Twin, man, one of the questions that was going on was in the topic tonight is yard accidents, man. And so we've been asking everybody to share an example of a yard accident that and hopefully it was preventable, but because we want to give brothers a way to not have happen again, but also to let them know the heartache that comes behind a yard accident.
Okay, now say that one more time. I missed that.
So the overarching topic tonight is yard accidents and just talking about the how, who, what, when, where, why, and any prevention we can give the brothers on stopping these yard accidents to the best of our abilities.
Very short.
Yeah, well, I had baby. She killed my damn mechanic dog. I'm still mad about that shit. Years later, and I don't know how she got off the chain. I just woke. This one morning came up and they spent the night together. Baby was laying on top of her. I thought she was laying on like a pillow.
Man.
I was very, very, very upset with that one because the mechanic dog was a pretty bad little female too. So I didn't think I guess she wasn't bad as I thought she was because Baby definitely took her out and really wasn't nothing I could do. I never did figure out how she even got off the chain.
Wow.
I used to have locks and, I had locks on my dogs from the theft. So I had special type collars that were on their neck that you could put locks on. She didn't pull up the chain. She didn't pull up the stake. I don't know how that female got off that chain. But she was loose. Baby wasn't. All I know is I found her that morning with Baby.
Man, that's
So I really never had no yard accidents. I had some killers on the yard, so I went through extra precautions to make sure a dog couldn't get off. Now, to this day, I never figured out how she got off. I think somebody tried to steal her.
Yeah, she got loose when he was trying to carry her away and ran over there to bay. That make more sense if you had that old school setup with the locking. All motherfuckers used to do with the inner tube and shit. Like,
facts.
You gotta have fucking hands to take that shit off, man. Ain't no dog backing out of that shit, picking no lock, none of that.
Man, I had this it was this real tough material, almost like the material we use on treadmills. You know the belt?
Yep.
I had that made, and those were my collars. I had regular collars on, but I had that kind of material wrapped around the collar. And it had the lock, and the lock went between that material and the collar. So you really had to literally cut that collar off of her. And I think that's what happened because I never could find that collar. I couldn't find none of where, I couldn't find the material. I couldn't find the lock. So I think somebody tried to take her because she didn't have none of that shit on her neck.
Yeah,
wow.
Man. That's that terrible
Funky
situation right
ass
there.
goddamn dog wranglers, man.
Oh yeah, I lost 21 dogs on my yard, bro. But by the time I got done with them thieves, and then they tried to put us in jail for kidnapping.
Hey, I feel you on that. Nigga stole 3 dogs from me. He to this day he won't fucking steal nothing from nobody.
You believe me, man? They family came and tried to get them from the house. I called Mike, called the troop in, and we got all the information we needed. This was the guy that was stealing all my dogs. And I knew what happened to every one of my dogs that he stole after me and Mike got done with him. And they tried to
can't
get
even say still around that nigga to this day.
Oh man, it was. And the bad thing about it, we had our wives with us, so they was trying to get all of us, but to no avail, because I had the video cameras where he tried to hit me with the hammer, and I ran him over.
Hey, that sounds about fair. Shit.
Yeah. And then I drug him back to the house on the 4-wheeler, man. I tied him up to my 4-wheeler, took the chain, wrapped it around his neck. I didn't tie it on his feet. I wrapped it around his neck. And had
you up around your head, nigga.
Right. I had his hands tied to his legs, like hog tied from the back. So his hands was tied to the back. And I just put the chain around his neck and just rode him to the crib.
He was nice and graveled up.
Yes, I did. He was pretty banged up, but I didn't care. He was on my yard.
Still, what does Marcellus Swab look like?
Oh man, Mike had him talking English. He was trying to talk that Spanish. The interrogator came in, and it was all bad.
Yeah, that motherfucker got up like E equals MC squared.
Oh my God, man, he talked the English so quick when Mike took that cord and wrapped it around his, the way he was hog tied.
Mike started speaking the Queen's English. Oh, you say, old chop. Oh, yeah. Today's a good day for.
Yeah, Mike had tied his neck. He tied a cord around his neck and tied that to his ankles. And so he was like a bow and arrow. So every time he didn't get the answers that he wanted, Mike would step on the middle of the rope that would bring his neck and his legs together. So he's literally pressing him from the back. You know, this ain't going
Yeah.
on the front. So he's
Dang.
Hell
choking
yeah,
him.
like
Yeah.
old school Boston crab lock, if you will.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So he don't get the answers that he needs. He puts his foot down on the rope and it starts pulling his leg into his neck together. So it's choking him at the same time, breaking his back.
Yeah,
So,
fucking their ankles up. That's a cool
oh
little
my goodness,
contraption, man.
Mike got all the answers.
Yeah, next nigga breaking my house, I'm gonna do him like that.
Yeah, we gave him a choice. We said either we're gonna, I'm gonna either shoot you in your arm. We're gonna take you over. We'll drop you up to the hospital. You're either gonna take this bullet, or we're gonna dig this hole, and we're gonna put you in it. And when your family come looking for you again, we're gonna tell them you're gone. Because his family tried to come and get him. Because the ones that got away ran and told their parents. And these is grown kids now, but they went and got their people, so they come back in with a carload of people. They got guns, but we got big guns. As they pulling up the block, like we on the phone, we see them pulling up. We start laying rounds all up in that car. That car went about 20 feet and then backed up out of there.
Wrong address, homie.
Oh yeah, we put some air holes all up in that mud, and then they sent the police.
Oh, see, that'd
Yeah,
be
they
the fucked
did.
up part. Cause the same shit
Yeah.
nigga who stole my dogs called the police on me too, bro. Like
Yes, they did.
motherfucker.
And
How
then
you
the
gonna?
police come talking Spanish, so that really pissed me off. Cause now y'all act like y'all trying to talk around me. He tried to tell on me, and the police asking where all these injuries come from. And it said, how long ago was it when you caught him? The cameras caught it. We had the cameras on him when he tried to hit me, right? So when he tried to hit me with the hammer, we had that on film. So what we did is we deleted everything but that incident because we told him he cut the camera cord.
Hell yeah. He snatched
So
my camera cord out, man. Tried to attack me.
he tried to tell the cops he was there 5 hours. Well, he was there a good long time now. But we were doing, I wasn't gonna call the police.
Hell no, for what? You ain't did nothing.
Look at Stay
Nah.
Blessed comment, y'all.
You don't
Yeah.
need no help. Call the law folk.
Right. And they already give me problems because of all these damn dogs I got anyway. So I ain't trying to call no police. And then the sheriff come up in there talking that Spanish with him. And he coming back asking me all these questions.
Oh,
I just told him, look, man, I caught a thief on my yard. You need to, y'all figure that out. Y'all got him now. Next thing you know, I had kidnapping charges and assault charges.
Fucking dirty snitch thief.
It didn't stick. I'm on my property. You lucky I didn't kill you and got away with it. I'm down in Florida.
Man, turn you into dog food.
Mhm.
Humans fit in the freezer just the same as a dog.
I had one guy, and when I was in Ohio, I threw him in the cage with the Rottweiler. He got caught trying to steal one of my dogs. I said, you want to steal a dog? I had this big ass, about 125-pound rock. We called him Gizmo. His dog was so big that one time he was in the house. You know how you take your dog. This is the kind of dog, I trained dogs, so I always had a tag dog. This was one of them riot dogs. He had very little training. The riot dog. Yeah, you want the ones you come in there with when you got everybody wanting to see a big ass fight. So I take him. You got to handle this one.
Yeah, because the only thing you train a riot dog with is just the decoy stick, and that's it. Just so he ain't scared of shit coming at him. Everything else is
be ready to have to beat his ass yourself because he trying to get you.
Because he don't got no out.
He ain't got no out. He ain't got nothing. And I got him in the house one day, and he done came off the chain. So now he in the house, and how you gonna put this chain back on this dog's neck? And I'm like, hey y'all, Gizmo in the kitchen, and he ain't on the leash. Man, you still seeing how quick that house got empty, man. I mean, everybody in the house ran out of that house so fast.
Like Debo pulled up.
Debo was in the house, bro, because you can't walk up on him. See, I had to have either a stick or something that I could pop him with, right? And then when he grabbed the stick, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
you
could
was
grab
gonna
him.
put the
I could
chain
get it.
around him and he'd calm
Yeah,
down.
yeah, but see, he in the house and he taking over the house, so ain't nobody wanting to go in the house because he keep attacking the door. So I'm trying to hit the door. Yeah, I'm trying to hit the door and get him off my door, make him back up and chill out. Because if I cut him loose outside, all hell gonna break loose. So I'm
Oh
trying to
yeah.
keep him maintained in the house. Now, man, you could never imagine the hell it took us 2 hours to get him back on that collar, bro. And a guy tried to steal one of the dogs one day, one of the pits, and I took him and threw him in the cage with Gizmo. And I put the lock on him when I went back in the house, man. I came back out there 15 minutes later, man. My man was missing 2 of his fingers, the little finger and the little finger and the finger next to him.
Yeah, the ring finger. Ain't no wedding in your
The ring
future,
finger.
homie.
He missing one of them, and he hanging on the top of the cage.
Like
I mean,
Spider-Man.
like
He turned
Spider-Man.
into Spider-Man.
No shit, man. And he is screaming all out hell, but he don't understand. You out here in the on the farm, the closest thing to you is these lions across the street. So all that screaming wasn't doing nothing for him, man. Man, let me tell you something, man. That dude, when I got Gizmo, because all you got to do is go in there with that stick and start busting Gizmo and tell him to get in the house, and he'd go in his house. That's the only way I would feed him. I handle him like them people handle them lions. Go get in your house, and I get his pants. So I had to beat him in the house to get the dude out the cage. Blood everywhere. He ain't got but one pants leg left on him. He ain't got. The dude. I should have went on here and buried him in the backyard. That's what I should have did. I should have went on here and shot him and buried him in the yard, man, because the dude was so bad that he had to go to the hospital. And the man was so happy that I didn't let the dog kill him. He swore to me, man, he wouldn't say a word. And let me tell you, man, he kept his word.
Man.
Hell yeah, you spared his life and the rest of his fingers. Shit.
For real.
You made out all right that night. You got to leave with your life, nigga.
Oh man, if Mike would have been there, Mike would have probably wouldn't have made it, because Mike, he don't negotiate shit. See, I'm the nice twin. Mike ain't nice.
Hey, I be trying to tell niggas that, because I talked to both of y'all, behind the scenes. This nigga Mike a little off.
Yeah, Mike a little off. Yeah, Mike was a sniper. He really don't have empathy at all.
Yeah, zero empathy. You
I
just
mean,
a
you get smart.
motherfucking number on the scope. Down.
Right. I'm telling you, man, Mike take it like if Mike even feel like you talking to me a little funny, he don't sound like he talking to you right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how me and Stone City fell out. They didn't fall out with me. They fell out with Mike. So, being that we twins, he had to let us both go because it was already trouble.
Yeah.
Mike listening to my boy talking on the phone because, I don't breed to why everybody else breeding to this grand champion. You know what I'm saying? I'm breeding there with him and I'm standing there breeding to him. Yeah, I ain't getting no puppies. But everybody in the country that's sending their dog to him, they getting puppies. So what did I tell y'all? I done bred to the dog twice and ain't got no puppies.
Yeah, they getting puppies off that dog's son. He might take a picture of the dog, fuck the old bitch, but he breeding him to Luke Kane fucking brother or something, nigga.
No shit. And this was grand champion Jesse James. I was breeding the grand champion Jesse James. And he wasn't having no pups. So I told him, I said, man, it's funny everybody else is getting around here with these Jesse James puppies, man. I ain't getting none. This is the second time now. He was like, well, twin, let me just go ahead and give you these pups. And I was like, who they off of? He was like, Jesse James. I said, man, I don't want no puppies off of Jesse James. If I can't breed to the dog and have pups, then how I know the pups you trying to give me off of Jesse James? I said, no, man, I'm cool. I just want to get my money back. So he got to acting funny. and he probably said something Mike didn't like. Mike never told me what he did. All I know is when my man finally told me why he had, me and him wasn't, why he didn't mess with me no more. He told me, man, it wasn't you, twin, it was your brother. I said, well, what happened with my brother? He was like, man, your brother came to my house. Yeah, that's what he said. Your brother came to my house. And he told me what happened. I said, what was the deal? He was like, man, your brother came to my house and robbed me. He said, I said, what you mean you robbed you? He said, your brother came to my house and you robbed me. So, I didn't know how to deal with that situation. So I knew that being y'all was twins, if I had to go and handle the situation, I know I just couldn't handle it with him. I had to handle it with both of y'all. So I figured I'd just leave that shit alone. Well, I go home and I go back and I go ask Mike. I said, Mike, what's the deal, man? You didn't ever tell me what happened with you and my boy. He was like, man, I didn't like the way he was talking to you. He didn't act like he wanted to pay up. So I went up there and checked him in on early the next day. That morning, he was coming out to his car, and I caught him at the garage. Keep in mind, y'all, this is Stone City, and that's why we fell out.
Yes,
he
sir.
never told me what my brother did, but Mike never told me what he did. But he's like, man, I didn't like the way he was talking to you. So I went and got your money. I said, well, you got the money, but you didn't never give it to me, man. I know you didn't care about that money.
Double jack. I'm gonna go jack.
I got jacked by Mike.
Too. Yeah, but I'm gonna keep the bread.
Salute,
Right, all
honey,
that
no salt.
It's like
Yes,
both
sir.
ours, but I'm gonna just keep it in my pocket.
Right. All Mike was doing is going up there to satisfy his own anger. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Mike probably ain't like him no way. Been wanting to do something to him.
Mike don't never get close to none of them. Mike didn't get close to, hardcore. He never got close to. Only ones he really got close with was like, D-Sub, the family. You know what I'm saying? The Abraham, Frank Bunch. We got close to them kind. You know what I mean? Mike
Yeah.
never did really like the. Let me tell you what Mike hang up was. I'm the only black guy amongst all these Puerto Ricans. So Mike said, when you go riding out with him, I guarantee you ain't sitting by the window, is you? I guarantee you the little darky always in the middle. This is what Mike's saying to me, man. And I'm like, by the way, you know what, Mike? You right. Because I was always getting in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he never liked it that. He never liked it, Big Mike. He never liked Jesse. He was cool with him. But, it was like the same thing with Mr. Brown, He never did like Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
You can be cool with him, but, as soon as they want him cross him, he goes off to the left, But he don't never get cool with nobody unless they from the fam. You got to be fam.
So, hey, let me interrupt the conversation real quick. Shout out Honey No Salt. Hey, tip. Hey, let's go, Honey No Salt, man. We appreciate you, bro. Hey, so twin, another question was asked tonight, bro, and I really wanted to get your take on this, man. So they was talking about not chaining up dogs in chain spots that are directly next to your hottest two dogs, man. How do you feel about that? And is that something that you did or didn't do? As far as your dogs, the ones that would just go at each other all day and all night. Did you keep them beside each other? Yes or no?
My biggest problem was when I had Sir Kale with Brad. I never could get no puppies out of her. I know Sarah Kell was probably a nervous wreck because Brad was a crazy dog, y'all. She was on 24/7. Only time that she rested was when she went to sleep. Other than that, she was hanging on a branch, chopping down a tree, gumming her house. She was one of them kind. But I used to keep Brad on one end of the yard and keep Pretty Mama on the other end of the yard. Because remember, I don't have accidents. I never really had no accidents. But before I moved out to the farm, I had Mama and Brad on the yard. And then when I came back with the Stone City stuff and started breeding those puppies, I hadn't got on the farm yet. Brad would get loose, go through all the dogs, y'all, and go get Pretty Mama. Them two could not stand each other. Imagine we head into a match. And I got both of them in the car in cages. Hopefully I can get to the match, man, before they break out the cages. You see what I'm saying?
So question about that. So they getting hyped up in the car, man. You are, but they was in such good shape. You wasn't worried about them running hot or nothing like that.
Well, I mean, to be honest, we used to put blankets and everything on, you know what I mean? They could smell each other, man, and we have a problem. So, you know, I never had a chance to, you know, we used to always do, they went 3 times, bro, and each time we traveled with the dogs. And they rumbled and bumped against them boxes all the way to the shows. All the way. Didn't want to worry about them running high. We didn't really care. If they're going to tire themselves out barking and trying to grab each other and tear up the crate, long they don't get out, we going to get there. But they never had to, Brad didn't have problems, man. And Pretty Mama, she wasn't, you know, it was like she didn't really cut on her last 2 matches, went over an hour and 20-something minutes. But she didn't really kick in the 9, you know, that speed of 9 until like the hour mark. She waited to an hour to really give you her business. Now, if you was really trying to hurt her, because she liked to fight. But if you're trying to give her some business, she go in there and take you out. But she wanted to prolong her matches just as long as she could before she finished you off. And they were always in good shape because, you know, I told you how I put a dog in key.
For sure. Hey, another question I had, man. So I don't know what chat I was in, bro, but you was in there, and they was talking about the top 5 females of all time, man. And I put May May in the chat, man. You don't think May May should have been on that list, bro?
If I didn't put, I think May May should have been on the list. But when you're talking about, I mean, Queen, May May destroyed 2 multi-champions. May May would have been on my list because I should have had Pandy as number 1, Queen as number 2. I would have had to give Shady Lady, even though Queen would have killed her. I would have had to give Shady Lady hers because Shady Lady never went over 30 minutes either. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would have had to give May May hers. I think May May would have been on my list because May May was she was a dog that couldn't be whooped. May May had to settle for 4 too because wasn't nobody trying to jump on her for number 5 either.
Yeah.
But I would have to, you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all, man. Even though Red Ace lost to Tommy Boy, I saw Pandy, and I did have Brat, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. Red Ace was a pandy. She just wasn't on that day. You know, something happened when we got, you know, one thing we did, we got to Puerto Rico in 24 hours and did a dog. And this consisted of us driving from Ohio to LaGuardia, New York, jumping on a plane and flying over to Puerto Rico and doing a dog. All within 24 hours.
Yeah, so
had y'all been on the plane with the Jeep before?
Nope.
I always thought that might have been the issue. I think her equilibrium might have been off, bro.
Oh, she didn't even want to come out the cage. Remember I told you how her mama is? They'll tear up a cage.
Yep.
When I got to Puerto Rico, she wouldn't come out the cage.
Yeah, that's like
I took her around some dogs before we left, right? And, you know, I tried to see if I could get her to fry her up before we left. And guess what, y'all? She wasn't paying attention to them dogs, man. I said, well, you know what? I tell you what, I guarantee this bitch gonna figure it out when she get to Tommy Boy, because Tommy Boy was a killer. I bet you she'll figure it out by the time we get here. You know what I'm saying? And I went on here and did it. I mean, I should have just went on here and paid the forfeit, stuck around for a week, let her get over that shit and went in there and killed Tommy anyway. But I didn't. I just said, fuck it. Let's put her down and let's see what happened. And she didn't never cut on. When she did cut on, she cut on only because she had no choice. Because Tommy was a killer.
Yeah.
So it took her 5 minutes. I'm telling you, I watched Red Ace sit there and get beat on for 15 minutes, y'all, by a grand champion killer. And all she had to do was say, hey, I said, well, look, Tommy had got her right there in her chest and put a big hole there. And it hurt her. And I said, well, if you didn't like it, you need to get her out of it. Finally, she said, okay. And she bit her across her face. And when she bit her across her face, the first time she bit the dog, she opened her face up. And when she opened up her face, she went right into her stifle. Once she got Tommy off of it, then she went right into her stifle. Y'all, listen to me, man. In 5 minutes, at the 20-minute mark, I said 15 minutes of beating her up, right? At the 20-minute mark, the referee started counting out of hole. Guess who's out of hole? Red Ace. 5 minutes. It took Red Ace 5 minutes to knock Tommy off her feet and put her in a position where she was out of hope and wasn't fighting no more. That's how messed up she was. And she made, and you know, you out of hope. You know who scratched? Down dog scratch.
Yeah.
So Tommy had to scratch, and that's where she made her grand champ. She only made one scratch. That was the grand champion scratch. Bro, she didn't have no ass in. Both of them was flat. In 5 minutes, Red Ace was able to flatten her tires. Not only flatten her tires, I mean, she really killed her in 5 minutes. That's how hard this bitch will bite you. And when she came over there, she made a grand champion scratch. Red Ace jumped on her another 5 minutes, and she dropped her out of her mouth because Tommy wasn't trying to fight no more. And now we back on the out of whole count again. You know what I'm saying? And the referee tell you, handle your dog, twin. You know, and Red Ace wasn't coming out anyway. You know, she did what she had to do, and she was done. But that's how we lost to Tommy.
For sure, man. Hey, bro, I think you woke your brother up, man. He jumped in the chat with us, man. Welcome, Mr. Mike.
Hey, what up, fellas? Y'all can hear me?
Sir,
yeah.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, man. Look, man, y'all making me sound like I'm a bad guy. Come on, man. Come on. You know, I'm not that bad. Y'all know.
You the villain, Mike.
Everybody got to handle their business. You know, like I said, everybody got a different job when you're dealing with a kennel. You know, as family, especially the way we play things and how we do things in life, I always felt like I'm the older twin. So my job is, you know, I don't know papers. I know everything about the dogs, but I don't get into the papers. I let Mo go through all that. But I protect him. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to get close to people, you know, like you want to, because you know how people are. Especially this is still the dog game. It's still a business. And people take advantage of you because of your niceness. So I always looked at it because Mo was so nice to people that the ones would take advantage of him, that I would be like, okay, now, you know, I would say something. And then when I would say something, you know, they'd be like, why Mike like that? You know, and he's like, well, Mike ain't really the one you want to be fucking with. You know what I mean? Just leave Mike alone. But they would just act like I still didn't exist because they would still be like in the Jesse situation. He knew that he would. Mo, you didn't tell him that he was honest about this shit. Jesse was honest about it because he did tell us that, you know, Jesse James had a broke dick. You didn't tell him that part because that's the true reality of what was going on.
Right.
But the fact was, he didn't want to give up that money. He wanted to make an issue about it. And I felt like there's no way he could be yelling at you and cussing at you, knowing that all he had to do was tell you that situation. But what, as close as we was as far as the way y'all used to hang out, he should have told you. So that's what really took me off, because you think Mo gonna mess up your money by telling other people that you running around here doing that dumb shit? And even after the fact, that once you knew that, you still never told nobody.
Nope.
All them people out there running around with that, thought they had that Jesse James shit. You know, it was all a bunch of bullshit. And I can say that now, still don't be looking for no repercussions about it, because to this day, you never put it out there. I put it out there and don't give a damn whether they like it or not. You know what I'm saying? The fact is, he got checked in. He didn't expect me to be at his door that morning. And remember, when he did tell you the story, he acted like he had a problem with what I did. But like you made that point clear when you was talking to him, Mike was right there. You could have dealt with anything you wanted to do right then. And that was his problem. He couldn't. But digging his ass, give me what I came for, and I was going back home. And that's how that situation was. That don't make me a bad guy. All that does is say, we really ain't nothing to be fucking with. I take that shit seriously. Because if he was my brother's friend, you would have never played him like that. But because you thought that you could get away with it, that's where you made the mistake at, and I'm here to collect on that mistake.
But did you keep the money though?
Well, it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be nothing but taking care of the business part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because we have a lot of friends in this game, but it'd be the closest ones to you, it'd be the ones that hurt you.
But you
and I'm always.
The money never told me what you did though. Tell them that's what we had was saying.
What you say, Mo?
I said, but you still kept the money and never told me what you did.
No, because I didn't want you to get mad about what I did. I didn't know he was gonna get up, move the whole house, and damn near move out the country. That part I didn't see that part happening.
That is kind of the byproduct when a former sniper show up at your crib early in the morning demanding money. That's kind of expected.
Well, actually, the worst time to catch a person is when they least expect it. And I just felt like, I wasn't going to disrespect his house. But that's why I waited till he came out of his house. So it wasn't one of them situations I was trying to be a bully. I just told him, I heard the conversation, and I ain't here to be, having no issues with you. You owe him $1,200. This ride costs you another $1,000, and then just for my ride, $2,500, and we're gonna call it like it is. He got a little upset about what I said, but one tap upside the head, oh yeah, he was good to go because he knew I wasn't playing. And like you said, Mike crazy. Well, for that day, I might have been crazy.
1,200 turned to 3,200 real quick.
Yes, it did. Because again, I thought it was just as much as him and Mo did together, and I had all the respect in the world for the man. But when you cross a person to that degree, and then you got in that habit and you cheating people, you're doing, I know you were doing what you're doing, and you're gonna sit there and argue with him when you could have just went on and told him, and then didn't want to give him the money, and then was willing to give him some bullshit. That's not a friend to me. In that conversation, he really couldn't really argue back about it because he knew I was telling the truth. Like, he might have been upset because I came to his house, but like I told him, I'm not here to disrespect your house. I'm here to disrespect you. Tighten up. Pay what you owe, and we're gonna leave it like that. But he did. But the thing is, he actually moved away from the house, and then that's how I lost track of him. And if it don't be for him speaking on it when they got a chance to be on Pro Show that day, and I would have never told Mo what I did anyway. Mo happened. What was that? 10, 15 years later? Damn it, 20 years later.
Yeah.
Come in and ask me some shit like that. Like, what? How y'all having that conversation? Just told me. What you do? Oh shit, man. Damn. I went and collected that money, man. You ain't tell me about it. I said, shit, you weren't gonna do nothing anyway. I was like, don't, man, my money wasn't even an issue with it. To me, it was all about the principle, man. It was all about the principle. And that's why I be so stuck on this game. When you be out there showing these people this love with these dogs, you give them all this information. I mean, this is why you have your own podcast. Man, don't disrespecting your knowledge, because, I get a joy. Remember, I was just like the twin that went for the ride. You did the dogs. You made the breedings. You and KP did all that crazy shit. I was just part of the guy who came in and got used to knowing the dogs and put in a little training time, because I never even got into the keep until the last week of the keep. Drive week. I was always there because I was the one. that was the time that I needed to get in there and get the dog used to hearing my voice, because drive week, I was always there. That's when dog is on full go. That's peak week. He on full go. I'm the one that's doing all the driving. I mean, we balls to the wall, and that gave me a chance to be in the other side on the, how the pit thing work. I'm always in the other man's corner, so I was always bring him over here, and they'll drive him to the wall over there where I am. I'm down in the corner where they at. Put in some work, baby. Put in some work. So it was always a situation that we worked together when it came down to them things. But when it comes down to people understanding what it takes to be able to do this thing successful, my brother got me. I'm not going to. I'm not going to stab my brother in the back. I'm not going to be taking his dogs. I'm not going to be doing none of the crazy things that kennel partners go through. And, that's what keep us up on our game. That everybody don't have that kind of loyalty in this situation. That's why we drive the loyalty thing so strong, because without it, that puts you by yourself. And this is a hard game to be in if you're going to be by yourself. There's too many things to watch and too many things to do. And that's why so many things get by. So we try to keep everybody up on the loyalty thing, be loyal to whatever you're doing and keep the relationships tight, because you're going to need that if you're trying to be out here in the fast lane. Because, anytime you talk about fast lane, you talk about big money. And anytime you talk about big money, people are going to do whatever they can to get it. So if you're slipping on your game, yo bust. And to me, you can't knock the game, because if you can't play the game, then don't get in it. And this is one of them kind of things where, hey, be careful who you got on your yard. Be careful who you get, letting know your business. Everything is always going to be about business when it comes to me. So if that makes me the bad guy, so be it. That's my job in this thing. You know what I'm saying? I put the shows together and I let Mo do what he do.
Yes, sir. So. Man, I appreciate both of y'all brothers, man. And what you just said, it correlates with everything I've been trying to build on this channel, is being a real man and being a manly person. So I thank you for sharing that lesson with me, bro. If nobody else was thinking, I say thank you.
Oh yeah, Samurai. I'm on top of what you, Boom. Boxer. He's a great advocate that in that manner, because one thing that we have to do as dog men is get back to when the game was built on loyalty. Remember, it ain't never been actually legal, but the loyalty part of it, was the fact that when the men got together, it was a gentleman's thing. That the dogs do the business. You know what I mean? And then, even then, it was over dog food. Some of them was betting just belts and cars and things like that. But the personal part of the game, it had standards. When they say a gentleman's game, you think about what that means. A gentleman's game. That means everybody respected everybody. It was honesty and integrity, and let the dogs do the business. Your word is your bond. All the stealing that was going on. You think about some of the great dogs that got stolen. If you really knew the backstory on a lot of this, it was somebody in their captor who was behind it. So you got to be mindful of what you're doing and be careful about the people you're dealing with. But in the same aspect of doing that, don't let it change who you are. Don't be one of them kind of people. You want to be the best that you can be by being, covering all the right bases, because if you're doing all the right things, you don't have no problem dealing with you stealing from somebody, or you taking something from somebody, or you cheating somebody. You know what I mean? You take that out of the game and you're gonna have a better game, because the game is already hard enough. We don't need the extra bullshit come with it. And these podcasts is just you get a bigger and a better aspect of seeing what I'm talking about, because just look what the podcast brings out. Look what Facebook brings out. Look at all the things that you see upstairs that you swear you couldn't. It would no way it would last downstairs.
Yes, sir.
Because upstairs there's a whole lot of talking going on. I mean, come on now. I mean, all of us, we ain't grew up millionaires. Some of us live in the big cities. Some of us live in small country towns, and we know the importance of, the neighborhood. You don't walk around the neighborhood talking shit. So you walk around the neighborhood talking shit, somebody gonna call you on that shit. You know that at work. Because you slipping in your game. You all mouth, and somebody gonna put that mouth to the test. And so I don't like to see that kind of stuff going on. That's why I be so hard on it, and my brother be so hard on addressing people that's like that. Because again, when you got the platform, you need to address it to clean it up. If you let it stick around and hang around, all it does is create more problems, and it doesn't benefit the fraternity a damn bit. So why let it happen? We do this for educational and entertainment purposes. It should be used in that type of manner and nothing short of that. Y'all feel me?
Yes, sir. Hey, man. I do have a question because you were talking about the loyalty and stuff, and I don't know if any of the brothers in the chat or either any of y'all in the panel right now know about this, but I mentioned before y'all got on here about the Bolio dog and not knowing about Bolio. I was told Bolio was stolen and moved around a lot unscrupulously. Do y'all know anything about that situation?
Mo, you would know that story better than I would.
He was stolen, but I think it was more or less like, there's a lot of backstreet, just like with Bully Son and Bully Son Jr. There was some shit behind that. Somebody got killed behind that one. And what about Mark Davis and Banjo and shit? Mad in them. Somebody got killed on his yard. You know what I'm saying? There's backdoor things that goes on in the game that you really don't have the actual facts. But believe me, like Earl Tudor, when he killed Black Widow, on Maurice, and then took her back over there and hung her up at Maurice's backyard on his back porch. Those kind of things happen. Like Grand Champion Art coming up missing. You know what I'm saying? Or Eli coming up missing, man. These be the kind of things. These ain't regular deaths.
What about Molly B? Remember we saw Molly B after she was stolen.
We saw Molly B after she got stolen. We know what happened to Art after he got stolen. Indian Bolio, when he got stolen, I don't know whether he got stolen or he got sold on some slick shit.
Yeah, but they knew where he was. Irish Jerry had him the whole time, though. Come on now.
They just stole that dog from Indian Sunny and then put a bum rap on him.
Hold on, y'all. There was some more. Let me tell y'all, there was more than that, y'all. Cause Irish Jerry's a little piece of shit, y'all. And there was some grimy shit going on between both of them. Okay. It was something a little different than just the dogs. They was on some other shit, Because remember, Irish Jerry was in jail for being a pedophile and a drug head. So there was other things outside of those dogs that he really stealing because they
how you gonna know where he at?
Huh?
Yeah, they knew where he was. They knew where Bolio was.
They knew where he was the whole time. Yeah, Indian Sunny was just too. Come on, Indian Sunny knew that dog was, and he didn't want to go over there and get that dog because he was scared. Because he did some fuck shit. That's why. I know you got my dog. If I was all right about what I'm doing, ain't nowhere in the hell he would have kept my dog. But Indian Sunny knew he had me. He didn't go over there and get me, did he? Because he didn't steal it. He took it. You see what I'm saying?
See, it ain't stealing when you just take it.
No,
that's
it
how
ain't.
I be feeling about it.
Yeah. If I tell you motherfucking give it up and you give it to me, I ain't steal it.
I ain't steal shit.
Your punk ass, nigga.
Right.
That's right. And he knew where Bolio was the whole time. He just didn't want to go
left that part of the story out, nigga. So I found out where my dogs was at. I was on the first thing headed that way.
And see, that's what happened with Banjo. Look, that boy, the yard man got murdered on the yard. But Banjo popped back up, didn't he? Huh. But
Hell yeah.
you still had that murder. Still had somebody lose their life on some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like Indian, like Molly B when she got stolen. She got stolen. I saw her down in Kinston, North Carolina after she got stolen.
Yeah, man. Kinston is notorious for that though, man. I had an homeboy lost his life over some mess up in Kinston, man. Not dog related, but just in the game in general, man.
Oh man, Kinston's off the chain, bro. Ever since we we turned that into a little ghetto spot, bro. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of city boys that came down there, man. You know, from that Marine Corps. You know, we had a lot of guys down and used to go to Kinston, man, and mess with them girls. You know, I had a wife. I got kids in Kinston. So do Mike. You know, so that was one of the spots that we was running around in when we was in the Marine Corps, and them city people just started hating Marines because we are up in there. So they had to get a little rowdy about it, man, just to be able to And then them young kids coming up, they hear that shit from their parents, so they're not gonna have that shit. But yeah, Kinston is a rough place, man. Especially it's really rough now.
That's top 5, man. You got Kinston, Lumberton, Durham, Vietnam, and then number 5 could be anywhere. Winston-Salem pretty bad up here too, man.
Yes, sir. I've been, every one of those spots, man, we used to run.
Yes, hey, y'all was out there being ratchets, twins, man. Y'all gotta be careful out there, bro. I know y'all know better, man. Y'all were built for that, but everybody's not built for those areas that we talking about.
Man, we kids from Akron, Ohio, bro. That was the thing. Akron, Ohio. I don't know, the rubber city, the rubber capital of the world at one time, and it was just to think about it. It's a small place. You can walk around all 4 sides of Akron in 2 hours. Yes, sir. I can walk from the west side, north side, east side in 2 hours. So that's not a big place. But being the rubber capital of the world, black folks had jobs, bro. Black folks were doing 40, 30 years in them plants. So when we grew up with our parents working in those plants. So a lot of people in Akron are middle-class families. There was a whole lot of pimping going on, a whole lot of drugs going on in Akron. Any more time there's money, you're going to have those kind of lives, But, when LeBron say, I'm just a kid from Akron, who would have ever thought, you know what I mean? He got that from guys like us. We are those guys that LeBron be talking about when we tell them, to look ahead and look. When you get that chance, man, when you get that chance, you come back with that money, we gonna have our own lawyers. Y'all wanna change it, we can get our own lawyers. We have our own doctors. You know what I'm saying? LeBron wasn't the first one, y'all. LeBron wasn't the first one. First one was Jerome Lane. He was the first one. Pull him up and Google him, you'll see what I'm talking about. We have football players that were NFL football players. They
Gus
when they
Johnson,
come home,
there's so many.
Gus Johnson. All these are famous basketball players. They always said, look, when you get that opportunity, you pay homage to the community because it was the community that put you there. See, LeBron was being carried all the way through. You couldn't touch that boy. That young man, and that little squad they was on was very well covered. We paid for we paid for them to go to them private schools, the streets. And his mom was out there doing her thing, man. The streets was taking care of him and them boys, And it's a lot of it that was going on back then. Even when they tried to hit him up on the Hummer, they tried to go after him about the Hummer. The streets was doing a lot of stuff, man. And that's why he got all those guys that's close to him, all them same little dudes grew up in my neighborhood, the neighborhood that me and Mike was running when we got out of the service. We were coaches on the football team when he didn't make the team, and he didn't really make it wasn't the fact he didn't make the team. They just didn't want. They wanted to put him on junior varsity. When he was in the 9th grade, and that's no. So we had him play football a year, and then when he got in the 10th grade, then he started his rise to the top. But he used to be a football player too. You know, to this day, he still call me my coach.
Hey, so Twins and Ram and Big 8. Hey, so we hitting that 3 hour 30-minute mark. I want to talk to y'all in the back chat. So if y'all want to plug it in, obviously almost everybody in here is sharks from the Shark Tank anyways. But if y'all will plug y'all Friday night talk and then Ram, y'all plug Game Dog Talk, I want to pull y'all to the back chat so we can chop it up, man.
Oh, that's going good, man. Just give me there. I'll be there.
How you get there?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna shut it down, y'all. Hey, all of y'all who came out, man, we appreciate y'all support, man. Y'all holla at Brother Ram. If you want to play that Game Dog Talk real quick before we go to the back chat. Ram, you there? Let me find out Ram that fell asleep on me, man. Hey, man. Hey, y'all be blessed.
Special shout out to everybody in the chat though. They come around and hang out or support Samurai. You know, I see a whole lot of Shark Tank members up in there, and I just want y'all to keep doing what y'all doing and keep showing the love, because that's one thing that's going to be big for all of us is we support each other, and got to show y'all love for keep doing it, make it happen, Captain.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, it's been blessed, y'all. Y'all go out there, keep scratching into the rest of the week. Be safe and stay dangerous. Samurai Kennel's over and out. Hey, Twins, y'all